Also, I have no idea how to get to, like, live streams or whatever in, like, YouTube, so when you do it, I don't know if you should post a link or not, but...
If you subscribe, you should be notified.
Yep.
I did subscribe.
I also started it as you started talking, so you get to be the intro to the video. Congrats.
What?
Okay, everyone ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Affirmative.
Yes.
3 of you are getting the beautiful chance to start off on your own, so be prepared. So, we begin with life, the glowing spark to all things. Birthed unto the world, these acts of magnificence all connect back to the beginning of it all. This magnificence can spark things, beings of unknown potential, and with the power resonates within them certainty and purpose. Alas, our story starts much, much smaller, without any of the grandeur, but with all of the urgency. 7 individuals, all born and marked with a destiny they themselves have no knowledge of. We watch their stories unfold, not yet determined even by fate itself. 7 figures, all reaching for the flickering flame of life, being threatened to suffocate under the winds of change. And as we focus in to the rolling sands and the blowing winds of the desert heats of Kalium, we watch 3 figures approaching on a road. 2 women, 1 dragon, and their donkey. I'm going to start with Court, if you would please introduce your character.
Oh, okay. All right. So, you see a short, sprightly looking woman plodding along next to the donkey. She is dressed in various colorful fabrics. She has lots of gilded jewelry adorned on her person. She has earrings. She has all the glitz and glamour. She has 2 fans strapped at her side, and this kind of like sheer see-through fabric that goes from like a blue, purple, pink gradient across her form. She has mid-length brunette hair and tan skin, and piercing brown eyes that appear to dart across the scene and take everything in.
And your name?
Valeska.
Beautiful. Ryan, if you would.
So you all see a tall dragonborn man wearing pretty weathered leather armor. He's walking on the other side of the donkey. Heavy pack, probably a little overstuffed, strapped to his back, with a lyre strapped to the back of that. He's carrying a walking stick that he's probably using a little bit more than he should. He might be struggling a little bit in the sand. His scales have are bronzish in color, so they're bronze with like a little bit of a green tint, shine. Despite the fact that he's got less metal on him than Valeska, he's probably a bit more shiny than her, thanks to the metallic sheen of his scales, and probably squinting a little bit too much at the sun, not liking it.
And your name?
Ragavir.
Perfect. Momo.
You see a very
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. We're back.
That's such good timing.
That was
There we
so
go.
lame.
You
Poor
don't get to perceive
Momo.
her.
The biggest secret of the campaign.
I
Yeah.
mean, the nice thing is that it cut out as soon as you started talking, so we didn't miss anything.
Oh, okay, so just start over then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You see a woman standing at about 5'7". She's got deep plum, unruly hair that kind of sticks out from the cloth that she has over her head, which is embroidered with a red embroidery on it. She has a kind of a long drapey outfit of leather and red cloths, some kind of gold jewelry, but not it's kind of like tarnished, not looking very shiny. And at her side, she has two chakrams strapped to her hips, and she follows right behind Valeska, and her one eye that's not covered uh, is kind of a honey hue, and she's gazing around the desert as they walk along. And her name is Asha.
Beautiful. Now, the three of you originally hadn't had plans to return to Kalium this early, but with the persistence of the visions you've been having, those strange faces in your dreams that you haven't registered or at least haven't met yet, it all comes back to Kalium. This gaze upon the city, a view you're not quite familiar with, but somehow know exactly where it is. And at the end of these visions, seeing all of these different faces, there's this small obsidian obelisk sitting atop a sand dune. And as you're making your way towards the city, you realize it's probably near the outskirts. On that dune, over there, to the west. Would you like to make your way towards it?
You do both see that, right? I'm not going crazy.
She brings her hand up over her eyes and, yes, I see that. Shall we head over that way?
Let's go.
Yep.
You approach, donkey in tow. Making your way across this desert. Two of you are pretty used to climbing sand dunes. It's not that difficult when you get a feel for how the sand gives underneath your feet. One of you, however, not so hot on the walking. So, a bit of a climb. The donkey seems to have an easier time than you. But with a little bit of persistence, you all do manage to climb atop the sand dune. Asha, Valeska, both of you have been in this area enough, and you don't remember this being here ever.
This is quite strange. I wonder when this came to be. What do you think, Valeska?
Well, I suppose it has appeared to us for a reason. Are we like within touching distance of this obelisk?
About 15 feet from it. And looking at it now, you can see it's probably about 6 feet tall and maybe 2 to 3 feet wide, and it all comes to one point at the top. And you can see little inscribed runes going up and down the sides of it. Fairly small compared to what you've been seeing in your visions, but...
Does it look weathered at all?
A little chipped, but it doesn't look like it's weathered. It looks like it's damaged.
Asha's gonna approach it and inspect the runes upon it and kind of look back over her shoulder at the two and say, Well, fate loves the fearless. And she's going to start trying to kind of inspect the runes and see if she can make anything out from them.
Sure. What languages do you know?
I know. Hold on a second here. I know common and one other language.
That you definitely picked before the campaign started.
Yes, I just messaged it to you.
Okay. Reading it over, nothing you can recognize.
So I'm gonna go walk up to the base of the obelisk and inspect the base, like the bottom of it, see where it meets the ground. Maybe start digging around the base to see if I can gauge like how deep this thing go, or if this is like shallowly in the sand, or if it's like goes significantly deeper.
Okay. Poking around, you can tell that the base of it doesn't seem to go that deep. But with your prodding, you notice it doesn't budge. It doesn't seem to move. So even though it's not really embedded in the sand that far, it appears to be fixated in whatever position it's in.
If I inspect it like a little more, like squinting a little more closely, am I able to determine anything like magical about this?
Make an Arcana check. No.
First nat one and first roll of the campaign.
Okay.
It's a nice rock.
That is a nice rock.
It is a nice rock, but I'm sure there's more to this rock than just being nice site in the middle of the desert, don't you think?
It's about.
Well, of course, if it appeared to us in our dreams, then I believe it has some significance. I'm just remarking that it is, in fact, a nice rock. And she kind of like puts her hand on it, patting it.
Don't. Ragavir looks a little bit uncomfortable at you like touching the rock. He's just like, no, no.
You pat it.
Just
It's nice and smooth.
Yeah. If you're willing to wait for a little bit, I can cast a spell. Just give me 10 minutes, and I can determine what, if any, sort of magical nature this thing has.
It's right about this time you all start to hear a little bit of conversation from where you came, the path that led from the road. And looking over, you can see. We'll go Naga first. You can describe your character if you'd like.
Sure. So in the distance, you would see a well-built woman of medium height with tanned skin and brownish hair that looks like it's been lightened by the sun. Her blue clothing stands out against the sand, and the sun is reflecting off of her chainmail. For the most part, she looks pretty unremarkable, except for a well-crafted sword slung across her back that has a handle and crossguard that looks like a gnarled tree. Closer inspection of her face would show two large scars across it, but otherwise she doesn't stand out as someone that you would really notice. And her name is Alma.
Perfect. And traveling next to her, Bree, if you'd be so kind.
Okie dokie, it's my turn. You see a snow elf, likely talking like to Alma very like animatedly. And she, like snow elves do, has bright blue eyes and snow white hair. And she has kind of a toothy, maybe a little bit mischievous grin on her face. Maybe she's teasing Alma about something. And she wears this kind of somewhat revealing like a dress. It looks like, very like sophisticated, kind of flashy, and a robe around her, as well as a patch slung across her hip, and if you look very closely, you can see a long chain that's like going down her neck and ending below her dress so that you can't see what's at the end. And yeah.
And your name?
Oh, Cora with a Q.
And the three of you turn to see both of these figures approaching up the sand dune. Two familiar faces, even though you've never seen them before.
Oh my goodness. Alma! Look!
Do you see three figures across the way, or is that just me?
No,
I
I see them. I see them. What? Have you never seen people before? Look at who they are.
I haven't been able to differentiate between the dreams and everything that's been going on.
So,
They look familiar, don't they?
Yes. I just. I. Don't you think that they look familiar to the dreams that we've been having?
Oh. That does make sense. Yeah. That sounds about right.
You should go say hi.
You can go first.
Okay. And then she walks kind of briskly down the sand dune and just waves like really widely and like kind of quickly and says, "Hey! Hey you!"
Valeska immediately turns around at the sound.
yep.
Oh, hello, you. Come here.
Asha raises one hand kind of slowly. Hello. And whispers to Valeska.
Bound up
Who is this?
bound up to the trio.
I do
Ragavir
not
leads down.
exactly, but we have been seeing them in our dreams, have we not?
And she squints her eyes. Well, eye that you can see, and nods to you and nods to Ragavir as well.
So this might sound a little weird, but hear me out. So I've been having these like really weird dreams, and I see your face in it a lot. And I promise, I've never met you before. This is our first meeting. I'm not a stalker, but I don't know. I feel like fate's really drawn us together.
Alma's followed behind Cora in a very wary manner.
I'm gonna.
Valeska, are you close? Valeska takes your hand.
My child, you have received my missive.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea who the fuck you are.
Oh.
Ragavir just like chuckles at that. He's laughing.
Cora like laughs very dramatically, kind of like bends a little bit backwards, holding her hands on her stomach, laughing. And then she is gonna turn around and yell to Alma, "Come on, hurry up, you slowpoke! I've seen you run faster than that."
Alma looks like she wants to bury her head in the sand. But she does walk faster and listens. And
So
when
it is. Oh, sorry.
no, sorry. And when she meets up with the group, she warily says hello to everyone. Hello. You all seem familiar.
Hello.
Vaguely.
Yes, you both are just as I recall, actually. It's strange, really.
Maybe
More
we met each other in a
concerning.
past life. Ooh, spooky. Oh, hey, what's this rock?
Well, that's what we
We
were
were trying
just
to
trying to
figure
find
out.
out.
Oh, I'm gonna reach out and poke it.
Don't touch it.
She has already done it by the time you say that.
Okay.
It feels rocky.
Oh, well, it didn't kill me.
Yet.
Yes, maybe it
Yep.
might be a good idea to look with your eyes and not your hands. Do you normally look with your hands? That is quite a bad habit.
Silly, you can't look with your hands. You don't have eyeballs on your hands. Well, I guess I can't speak for everyone. Do you? Do you have eyeballs on your hands? That would be really cool.
I don't know. Do I have eyeballs on my hands? And she lifts her palms to show you as she smirks at you.
I'm gonna reach out and like gentler than she poked the rock. She's gonna like kind of grab your hand and like pull it closer to her, like walk closer and pull the hand closer to her face to inspect it and like run her finger over the palm, her fingers over the palm.
Oh, as you do that, she kind of like freezes and tenses up, like not expecting that, and her one eye that you can see kind of opens wide, and her eyebrow raises, like, oh.
Oh wow. No, I don't think there are any. I don't think there are any eyes here. But you know, I guess I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong. I've seen people with some eyes in pretty weird places. Let me tell you. So it's always worth checking. Oh, sorry. Here, you can have your hand back. And she releases it.
She takes her hands back and just kind of like gives you a look like this is a funny one.
Haha. So, I wonder what this rock is for. Like, does it do anything? And I inspect the rock. Do I recognize any of the writing on it?
What languages do you speak?
Let me check in so I can DM you.
So while she's doing that, Ragavir is going to start pacing around the rock, and I'm going to begin ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
So in 10 minutes, I'll have cast Detect Magic.
Okay. I DM'd you. Do I recognize it?
Nope.
God. Huh. Can I at least recognize like what language it's in?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh no.
You know what? Those damn orcs are pretty crafty. It might be them.
Huh. I'm gonna turn around and point to the rock and say, anyone here speak Orcish?
Valeska, over your inspection, that's not orcish at all.
My dear, where did you get that idea?
Oh, I kind of think that maybe the orcs made this. I don't know, just this like, it seems cool. It's like a rock, and you know, orcs like rocks a lot, so why not?
Do orcs like rocks?
Oh yeah, I met this one orc this one time, and he had this pet rock that he carried everywhere with him.
And I'm gonna cut you off so you can tell this story behind the screen. Asha.
Asha like shakes her head, and I was gonna ask if these runes look familiar to any tomes or items she may have seen.
They don't look familiar at all.
Like they don't look like they may be the same language. They're different.
The inscription doesn't look familiar to you.
Okay.
Alma, you're
Yes.
pretty wary, kind of like on your toes, kind of looking around, uncomfortable. Probably fair to
Yes.
say you're keeping a pretty decent lookout, and it's good that you are, because up the dune there's just eyes, just looking.
Are they attached to anything?
They are. Girk, could you please describe this creature?
Oh man. Okay. As you look at what is peering on one of the medium-sized sand dunes in the distance. The two eyes peering at you, on each eye, one is purple and one is a slightly, let's say, hot pink. The whites of their eye are not white, they are black. And this little looking creature, it seems to have gray, kind of purplish hue looking skin and bright purple hair. It looks pretty curly, but also pretty unruly. You could say the same for both of those kind of things. It also has what you can tell is a bit of a striped bandana on their neck and a short shirt, but with like a little bit of a vest. They seem to have these darker splotches on their skin, on their hands, but also their ears and their horns, and in between their eyes they have these stripes and these spots. They have pretty basic clothing as far as it goes. They got some baggy pants, but what you can tell in the distance is that a little bit of a fluffy tail kind of just pops up behind this figure and wags a little bit before this creature of sorts just ducks back behind the dune and seems to disappear.
And your name?
Their name is Pip.
I will turn to Cora and softly, so that, not necessarily everyone can hear, and say, "There's a thing over there. Do you see that thing over there?"
What? A thing?
I don't know what it is, but there's eyes.
I'm gonna whisper, but like clearly whisper too loudly, like kind of like dramatically, behind a hand to her. What? There's a thing with eyes?
Oh my god.
What thing with eyes? What are
I
you
did not
talking
mean
about?
to be rude, but you did just stop in the middle of your story. Is that part of the story?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. He painted some googly eyes onto the rock. I had never seen like something called googly eyes, but it's apparently something that orcs have, and they just like stick them on things to make them look real. Isn't that cool?
She's talking. Can I look around? Also, I was wondering because we've seen have we seen just these people in our visions, or were there more? Was it everyone?
You saw everyone. So
I'm
you're-
looking around for the beings that aren't there.
Make a perception check.
That's a 13.
You see Alma kind of like keeps doing like a little head motion over towards where she saw Pip, and you kind of like follow the gaze a little bit. You see that you don't see the body, but you do see a tail that it's not really. It's just kind of poking up over. Whatever's hiding there isn't really registering that it has a tail.
Oh. I'm gonna kind of side-eye Asha and pull her to me. I'm gonna start walking if she'll walk with me over to that area.
Oh yeah, she would follow you. And over her shoulder, she would whisper to, or in a low voice, really say to Raghavar, "We'll be right back. Okay."
He'll nod in acknowledgement, but otherwise like continue just like
yeah.
the muttering and the chanting and the hand gestures with his staff and everything.
I
As he like
see
stares
something.
down the rock.
What do you see? Do you think it's a beast?
Well, it could be. I saw a tail. It could be tonight's dinner. And I pull out my my fan.
She's gonna
Just to
pull
have it
out
on me.
both of her chakrams, one in each hand, and she's kind of like, if they get attacked, she would ready to attack it.
Rest in peace, Kirk. It was nice knowing you.
Oh, thank you. Pip kind of peers over the sand again and notices that now the other two figures amongst the group that he was watching is now approaching him, and he starts to rapidly dig into the sand, and you can tell that the sand is just moving rapidly, and so is the tail.
Do we see like sand going up in the air as you're digging?
It's not subtle.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Oh, perhaps that is not dinner after all.
What is it doing? That is a gigantic rabbit. Hold on. I'm gonna get a little bit closer, like kind of sneak up closer. See what I can see.
You see a tail, 2 legs, some baggy pants, and like the beginning of a torso. It digs fast. It's surprising.
I kind of like bring my hand up in front of my face so I don't get sand in my eyes. Hello, are you looking for treasure? What are you doing here?
So at first it doesn't register to like this thing that you are now talking to it. Its legs kick a little bit more as it tries to burrow even deeper into the sand, but then it stops very suddenly, and it takes a moment for it to process. It's just frozen there for a second or two
It's about
before its head.
It's about at this moment, halfway buried in the sand, you realize I can't breathe.
Yeah, he pops his head right up out of the sand. Luckily, the sand's not that heavy, and he lets out a and then he just turns around and he looks at the other two, and he's kind of just sitting there aloof, and he wags his tail a little bit. He recognizes them too, right, from his dreams?
Yes.
He also seems to recognize that these are one of the 2 people he had faintly remembered in his dreams. And he smiles and stands up very quickly with a bit of a jump and holds out a hand and says, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Pip. Nice to meet you. Sorry if I came off a bit weird. I was kind of just watching you. I recognize you two. That's why I was watching you two. Sorry, I haven't talked to people in a in a while."
Asha
Oh,
puts her chakrams away and lets
I
out like a
am
radiant
sorry.
flash.
I still my fans. You know, I I recognize you too. And I go to shake his hand.
He
I
has a
am
very rough, calloused hand. Feels
She
very
has-
sandy.
she has very smooth, soft hands. I am Valeska. And this is she kind
Asha.
of looks over at Asha.
And she like looks down at the little creature and she like gives it not like a bow but more of a nod and well, why don't you just come and join us? And she whispers to Valeska, it looks like it's not dinner after all.
Find something
Oh.
else, something less sentient.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to join you guys. Sorry if I forget your names. You know, like I just said, it's been a while since I've talked to people. Just kind of been chilling with me. Just me. Always having fun in the sand.
You
Looked like you were having fun until you were not anymore.
I'm still having fun. And he goes ahead and he starts running ahead now towards the other people now. On like all 4s running through the sand.
do you think
Cora,
it
over.
lives in the sand here in the desert, that thing?
Could be. In all of my travels, I've never seen quite such a creature.
What were you saying, Cora?
Upon seeing like Gurk Pip start running towards us, I'm gonna gasp loudly and like shake Alma's hand with one shoulder and say, "Alma, look, the thing with eyes is running towards us. Oh my goodness." Well, not the oh my goodness. Cora wouldn't say that. I need to stop that habit. Oh my good. Look, that thing with eyes is running towards us. She says, like, not really in fear, but like more excitedly.
Why are you so excited for a thing that was creeping on us to run at us?
Might be fun.
As he's running towards you, he ends up tripping at the last second over the sand, and he like rolls in the sand. and then he gets back up again and he jumps up on his 2 feet and he holds out both of his hands and he's like, "Hello, I'm Pip. Nice to meet you. You all seem very different. Oh yes, this is very good. What's with the guy chanting over by the rock?"
Please do
No.
not disturb our friend here. He's doing something very important.
Why not?
I would
Why is it so
recommend
important?
you not disturb him.
Okay, but that's very
give him a look.
tempting.
Please.
My god. Oh my god. It talks, Alma.
It
Yeah, I
does.
talk.
Hello.
What's your name?
Hello.
Wait, you already said it. It's Pip.
Yeah, but I can say it a million more times and I won't be sick of it.
Oh, wow. You must really like your name. Did you name yourself?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Oh. Did your parents name you?
I don't know. I just know it's Pip.
It's about this time, Rag, where you finish casting Detect Magic.
Okay. What do I detect?
It's magical.
Any other magic in the area other than the obelisk?
A few. Let's see. Asha
Anything within?
is giving off some magic. Valeska's giving off some magic. Pip is giving off some magic.
Goodness. Okay, what schools of magic for each of those is giving off magic?
Jesus. The obelisk is a mixture of divination and conjuration. Asha's is
Okay.
divination. Valeska is necromancy. And Pip's is evocation.
You said Valeska is necromancy.
Yep.
Pip is evocation,
Mm-hmm.
and the obelisk was divination and
Oh, I'm
conjuration.
sorry. There's one more. The figure that's standing next to you that no one's noticed until this point is giving off illusion.
Oh fuck. Okay, who's the figure
Yeah.
standing? Okay.
Strix, if you would
You-
like to.
Of course. Standing next to you, you see a tall, lanky woman. She has medium brown hair that's tied in a braid that goes all the way down her back. She's wearing pretty drab clothing. She wears a sleeveless tunic and some harem pants, both of which are beige in color. She has what looks like a staff strapped to her back, like the lower portion of her back, and perhaps what's most noticeable about her appearance, well, two things that are the most noticeable is that one, she is wearing a feathered cloak. The cloak is open in the front, allowing for her to freely move her arms, and but what really pops out at you is the owl mask that she is wearing. And I'm just standing there watching this entire situation unfold with my arms crossed.
And your name?
Yes, I am Strix.
And it's strange, because none of you noticed her, or when she got there.
Oh,
How long Owl Lady been here?
I've been here long enough to see all of this transpire.
What's transpiring?
Well, I see 6 other figures, all of whom have appeared in my dreams, so I think that is quite notable. That is definitely something having to do with fate, so
And you know that this is Pip, and she motions to Pip.
Yeah, I'm Pip.
yeah. I just like stare down at you just very intensely. And I do that for a second before saying, Drix.
You
And
got
she
a strong
motions to
gaze.
herself. Asha.
Do I have to introduce myself if you've been here the entire time?
That is up to you. I do not really care either way.
Oh, you're friendly.
I will let you guess then.
Like when you say like you'll let me guess, I just sort of like give you a quizzical look. Why would I do that?
Well, I would like to know how long you have actually been here.
For your own information, you got there right about when Cora did.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Damn it. Drix would know I, as a player, am getting Valeska and Asha mixed up. So, yeah.
The shy one is Asha.
Ah, right.
The sarcastic one is Valeska.
Thank you. Yes, this is my first session, and I am still learning to put voices with characters and other players, so. Yep. Yeah, I just sort of narrow my eyes and say, You are Valeska.
Good. So you have been here quite a while. Why did you not introduce yourself?
Well, you all seem preoccupied.
Might you know anything about this rock here?
I turn to the obelisk. Do I recognize the runes?
I believe you do. Let me just double check real quick.
Pip is gonna
Yes.
start trying to touch your cloak.
Hey, heads off.
Why not? It looks pretty. I want to touch it.
It's my cloak. Not for touching.
God, okay. God. Crosses his
But-
arms.
But aren't you touching your cloak?
Well,
Yeah.
of course, it's on my body. How could I not be touching my cloak?
Then isn't it for touching?
Uh, she stammers a little bit. I mean, it's my clothing. It's for me to touch, but I don't go.
Don't you need to be a
and
little bit more specific?
I suppose being specific is always useful.
Cora lets out like a big, like hearty laugh, like.
I am just
Oh my
so
goodness! Oh my gosh!
I am just so confused, but it doesn't really manifest as confusion. It just sort of manifests as this sort of intense, not quite anger. So that I'm just like standing there with a look on my face.
Strix suffers from what's known as resting bitch face.
Yes.
True.
Oh wow! Do you ever smile?
Smile, yes, I have smiled when the occasion calls for it.
I see.
Call
Perhaps
for
she
it.
smiles when she has a reason to smile. Maybe right now she has no reason to be smiling.
For my
Okay.
information, where's everyone standing? An approximation to the obelisk.
I'm gonna be standing pretty close to it. Staying close to Alma, I think.
Yeah, I'll be on the other side of Cora. So obelisk, Cora, Alma.
Okay.
I'm
Asha
right
would-
next to Asha, and I was gonna bend down to Ragavir and ask him how it's going, what he learned, Because he looks about done.
Yeah, so Ragavir's done. He's standing next to the obelisk, like close enough that if he wanted to, he could reach out and touch it. Like he's just standing at arm's length,
Okay.
but he's not touching it. And who was it that spoke to Ragavir? Valeska? Asha? Or
Valeska.
Valeska, sorry. Looks at Valeska. It's definitely magical. Using a blend of summoning magic and divination magic, which is, I suppose, how it brought us all here.
Hmm.
I mean, that is
Can you-
one way to interpret conjuration magic. Conjure the meeting between all of us.
Your
If
like
it-
weird magic thingy, can you tell what it's saying?
No, I cannot read the runes.
Does anyone here speak Orcish?
Orcish.
I do not think it is orcish. She like very gently like pats her.
I've never
Yeah,
met an orc.
Gray.
Raises her
Gray,
eyebrow
you-
at her and just shakes her head at Cora.
Gray, you said I could read the runes, correct?
Yes, you got waylaid by a little goblin thing.
Oh man.
But turning your attention
Right.
back away from Pip, it is celestial. It
Okay.
reads, on one side, it reads 7 chosen. On the other side, it reads 7 touching. On the other side, it reads 7 fates. And on the last side, it doesn't read anything.
Okay, so 7 chosen, 7 touching, 7 fate.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll say this is quite clearly not orcish, but it says 7 chosen, 7 touching, 7 fates, and the remaining side is blank.
Which side is the one that's blank? The one that like we're all looking at, or the opposite?
So if you look on the map, you can treat it as a compass. You can say the circle is the of course I have white selected. That's fucking easy to see. It's like black. Here we go. So the north side says 7 chosen. The east side says 7 touching. The south side says 7 fates, and the west side is blank.
And we're all facing which side?
You, coming from the city, you'd be facing the north side.
Hmm. 7 touching. Maybe that means we are supposed to touch it. Maybe if we all touch it at the same time or something, it'll like do something cool.
I mean,
I was thinking something similar. However, I would advise caution. This is magical with conjuration, meaning that it could take us somewhere once we touch it.
Asha reaches a hand out and lays it on the stone, and she looks at the rest of the group.
You see,
Asha's doing
as you place your
Fate
palm,
loves the fearless.
as you place your palm on the obsidian facing, the back of your hand starts glowing with a symbol you haven't seen before.
Oh my god, it's
Ash-
glowing! It's glowing!
As you
As
touch
she-
it and you notice, everyone else notices the same symbol appear on their right palm, or the back of their right hand.
my god.
I'm gonna
Ragav-
excitedly like reach out and touch and put my palm on the stone.
It glows a little brighter.
I immediately put my hand next to Asha's.
Wait.
Ragavir follows suit.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm like curious, and I touch the obelisk.
Don't be
Pip-
afraid. Our fate cannot be taken from us. It is a gift.
I ain't
I
got a point
nod.
there. Pip licks his own hand and then he touches the stone.
Wow, that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that.
Well, now you
Hands
have
moist.
stone dust on you.
Who's anyone still not touching?
I'm still not touching it, or
Okay.
almost still not.
It just sits
Does
there.
it?
It just sits there and glows very brightly at this point because 6 people are doing it.
Alma, look, it's
Do-
glowing.
If
You know you want to touch it. You know you want to touch it.
My arm is getting
That's rude
tired.
because now I'm gonna touch it because I have to do it now. And so Alma touches it because she's been goaded.
As Alma touches the stone and the final hand is placed upon it, this shifting happens around you. This small buzzing noise from within the obelisk, and you feel the wind stop. Everything stopped. You look around and you can see vultures in the distance just frozen in the air. And then the small dome, almost like this cosmic energy, like the aurora borealis, just cascades down over all of you and forms this sphere that you're all within. And as you gaze around and look, you can see images of different places, different structures, different pathways, different aspects of time. You can see the past, how the world was. You can see the future, how it could be. And it changes. And it changes. And it changes, and it changes, and it changes. It never settles. And you gather that from whatever cosmic being is reaching out to you, the fate of the world hasn't been set in stone yet, even though a lot of the people have sort of accepted it. And as it settles and the images fade and all of you watch around as it settles to this blank slate, and you can see these images appear behind each individual person. There are a bunch of symbols that you don't recognize. Some seem a little familiar, some seem very distant and confusing. But you can see 7 individual symbols. 1 a light in a red glow. 1 scratched out and damaged beyond comprehension. And then 5 other symbols, dark. And that's all you see for the moment.
Pip is right now. Pip is like watching all this, but he's like, can tell like from his usual like charismatic kind of like attitude. It seems so far he seems almost a little bit uncomfortable looking at all of this. His ears flatten, but he's also clearly trying to like figure out what all this means or what's even going on.
Okay, so detect magic is still up because it's a concentration spell that lasts 10 minutes. So what type of magic do I detect?
It's conjuration.
Okay.
Where do we see the 2 unique symbols at?
The one behind Asha that's lit is red and lit. And then the one opposite, it would be Strix, is damaged and crashed or crossed out.
What does the one behind me look like? Cora. The one behind Cora.
It looks like a bunch of swirls, almost like how you do the depiction of wind, but mixed together in a bunch of interesting ways. It kind of loops in on itself, but then expands, and it's very pretty, but it's a little confusing to look at.
Or what does Pip's look like?
Pip's, yours looks like an hourglass put on its side with a not a loop, but like a ring, like you'd see around a planet.
And how about Valeska's?
Valeska's is strange. There is no one symbol. It's a mess. It looks like someone's, like, if you've ever seen people do painting where they just flick the brush, it looks very similar to that. It's like looking through a broken kaleidoscope.
Should I give Valeska kind of a concerned look?
I
what
raise
does,
an eyebrow back at Asha.
What does Ragavir see behind him?
Mountains. Mountains folded into mountains. It's weird how the symbol is arranged. You can follow it to a certain extent, but looking at it, it almost seems infinite. Like the mountains just go forever.
Is it at all reminiscent of, like, the mountains, like, of his home?
No, they're different.
No.
And Alma's?
Alma's is strange. You can tell that there is purpose behind the design, but it almost seems like it's uncomfortably mixed with something else. To the point where you can't really depict a proper image. If you've ever seen like those polka dot paintings where you have to look at it a certain way to see something, it's like that, but you never seem to get the right angle to see what you're supposed to be looking at.
Cora's gonna pipe up and be like, well, this is fucking weird.
This must be a sign.
Is time still not moving around us?
At this point, you can't see past the dome, so you don't know. If you had to guess, probably not, but...
Does it do anything else as we wait? Or is it just chilling?
It's just hanging out.
How close are the runes to each person?
They are close enough that you can, like... You know, you'd have to, like, bend your head backwards to see what's behind you. But at the same token, you guys are all pretty close together. Like, this is not a big object, so...
So, like, if I turned around, could I reach out and touch mine?
It's a little too far away. It's about... The dome's about 10 feet. So from the center... With your wingspan... Probably not.
Wait. I have wings?
Your wingspan. I mean your arms. Your arm span.
Okay.
Whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
Do you want wings? I can give you
No.
wings.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Alright.
So I'm gonna turn around and walk towards my rune.
Okay. You take your hand off. The dome...
Okay. I forgot we were touching the obelisk.
The blackened screen that encases all of you, as he removes his hand, drops. The light from the back of your hand stops glowing. The symbol fades. And you hear a sound like stone grinding on stone. And
Is the obelisk moving?
A little bit. The face without any writing starts sliding down, almost opening up like this compartment.
Oh. I'm gonna go towards it and see, and like watch as it opens up, like eagerly waiting to see what's inside of it.
As it slides down,
Yeah.
are the rest of you peeking in like one kid trying to look in the telescope?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Pip's peeking.
I'm a bit like, you know,
It's
I'm being a bit cautious, but I am quite curious, so I'm
Yeah.
peering in.
I'm definitely readying my shield, but, like, you know, peering
It's
past
alright.
all of them. Peering over all of them since I'm taller than everyone else.
The shield won't help you. Chain lightning. Anyways, you see a small obsidian key built into the center, held up on this small little tripod.
Huh. I'm gonna
Mine,
reach out
and then Pip
grab
takes it. Oh, dang.
If whoever's reaching for it, you all can make dexterity rolls to see who grabs it first.
Okay.
Me.
I'm gonna time to. What is my dex again?
If you open up your character sheet, you can just click on Dex and it'll roll it.
I'm nuts. Okay.
Anyone else reaching?
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Alright. Pip,
Hold
you
the click for it.
grab the key.
It's my key.
It's heavy.
And he holds it close.
E.
Oh.
It's heavy. It's really heavy. It's too heavy.
Oh.
You feel your hand just right into the sand.
Oh. It's heavier than I thought. Well,
It's actually
I
so
wasn't
heavy to
gonna
the
leave.
point your hand is actually getting crushed into the sand. You can't move it. You can't free your hand. You're stuck.
I'm gonna reach out to grab the key.
You go to grab it and it's like trying to lift a bowl. It's unbelievably heavy.
Is it like
Mage,
Mjolnir?
help me!
Is it what?
Is it like Mjolnir? Like, is it like that heavy, or is it like does it stay where it is, or is it like continuing to sink?
It stays where it is. Like it is just crushing Pip's hand.
Asha tries to reach down and help with lifting the key. What? It's just a key. What is the problem?
You go to
It's
pick it up and it's not moving.
Yeah, I'll
I
try
feel
to.
he's learned his lesson, and I actually go to help.
Yeah, I'll try to pick up the key. I'm
Sure.
like just staring quizzically at everybody. Like a lot has just happened. This goblin's hand is getting crushed by a key. That seems bad. I should do something.
You
Like this hand.
Please help me.
you you reached out to grab the key and it doesn't move.
I'm gonna be laughing at Pip.
Please stop laughing.
Haha.
Yeah,
Well-
can I try to like? Can I grab like the scruff of Pip's whatever he's wearing? I guess like shirt and try to drag him so that like his hand is no longer under the key.
You try to move him and you feel like you're just gonna pop his shoulder out.
You're hurting my shoulder.
Well, Cora, I think you should be thankful to Pip because that could have been your hand, huh? And she kind of like smirks at you, like kind of smirk, half smiling.
Still funny.
Stuck here forever.
Go of the key.
Alma, you're really strong. You should try.
Yeah, can I pull Pip's hand out from under it, like by scooping out the sand around it and like trying to get her hand and not the key?
You can try.
Yes.
Roll a d100. Fine.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's strange how heavy it is, because the sand is starting to compact underneath Pip's hand. At this point, Pip, you're gonna take 1 point of damage, by the way.
Like her hand's not even able to like be moved under it at all.
The weight is extreme, and it seems to be affecting Pip as well.
Can I try and mage hand it up?
Sure.
Okay, I do so.
You lift the key.
And then
Oh.
as soon as he feels it lighten up off in his hand, he just scrambles in the sand, kicking sand everywhere and just scrambling back and holding his hand and like whining in pain and rolling on his back and kicking his legs.
Yeah,
My
I
God.
imagine that Strix was still next to you, so she gets just covered in sand.
Yeah.
Asha tries to like motion, like calm down at Pip, and kneels down next to Pip, trying to like calm them, kind of try to like soothe this small. She's not sure if this is a child or if this is a full-grown creature or what it is, and she's just like, it's okay. You were very brave, and fate does favor the fearless. And she pats Pip on the head and smiles at Pip.
I really wish
Feel
you
a
wouldn't
bit
say
better
that,
after that.
Asha.
He feels a little bit better after that, and he says, "Yes, I am fearless. Yes."
I'm not, Ragivir. Are you filled with fear?
No, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't depend on courage alone to protect you.
Oh no, not
Nerd.
courage
Fate
alone.
is not going to be that kind.
Well, fate is never kind. And you're right, we should not depend just on courage alone.
See, I like her.
So
yeah,
you're holding
can
the
I
key.
like?
I'm gonna like still with my. Oh, you go, Hut. You go first. You go first.
Okay, can I like check Pip's hand to see if there's any lasting damage?
Oh, the bone probably cracked a little bit, but other than that,
Yeah, I imagine that I just sort of reached out and like grabbed your hand. Probably painful.
Yeah. Touch my hand, please.
Oh, right. Definitely broken. We'll need to get that checked out.
Could I try to like splint their hands and with my medicine knowledge or something?
yeah, it's easy enough. Wrap it with some cloth and like a stick.
Yeah, she wraps it and a stick to support it. That should help for now.
So,
Thank you.
hearing y'all talk about this, Ragavir is gonna pull his staff close to his face, pull the hook of his staff close to his face, and you'll hear him begin like whispering and chanting into it, and then there will be a flash, a green flash of magic, and you'll see part of the staff on that hook begin to grow again, and then berries grow from the little branch that sprouts from the staff before that branch withers, and he catches the berries that fall into his hand, and I'm going to cast Good Berry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to pluck one of the berries from my hand and hold it out to Pip, like Hulk with the tacos. Here. This should help.
Pip looks at you gratefully, and he smiles with his sharp teeth. And he's, "Oh my gosh, thank you." And then he like eats it very quickly. Doesn't even chew it, just swallows it whole.
Okay, so you regain 1 hit point.
He did it. He's back at full HP now. Wow.
Your hand doesn't hurt
Thank
that
you.
much
And
anymore.
you provide enough nourishment to sustain you for the next 24 hours. So congrats, you don't need to eat.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Can I have one of those berries? They seem cool. How did you
Quite
do
good,
that?
right?
Wait, who said what?
It tastes quite
Oh,
good,
this
right?
is Cora speaking.
Oh. It was magic, and he offers once a Cora and holds his hand out for anyone, which Asha and Valeska have seen him do this
It is
before.
berry time. I love when he does this. And I take one of the berries.
Yes, these berries, they are very good. And she takes one. Thank you very much, Ragavir. I greatly appreciate your berries. And she puts it in a pouch.
Yeah, I don't eat
Yeah,
mine right
I
away. I
actually-
keep it on me though.
I eye the berries suspiciously, but I see everybody else taking some, so I just like pick up one gingerly between like my thumb and my forefinger, and I just sort of like hold it in front of my eyes and look at it.
Looks like a berry. Very berry.
Looks like it's just like a little purple, like almost like a blueberry almost.
Okay, I just tuck it away in one of my pockets.
It explodes in a fiery inferno.
Oh shit.
That will disappear. He sees you tuck it away. He says that will disappear in 24 hours.
Disappear
Okay.
into my mouth.
I mean, worst case, it makes for a midnight snack. I've done this a couple of times myself.
Mage hand ends and the key just falls into the sand.
Oh,
Is it like
Wait.
sinking? Or is
Nope. It's just there.
gonna mage hand it up again.
You lift the key back into the air.
So, what do we do with this thing?
Well, it's a key. It must open something.
Let's
Well,
throw it out.
yeah.
It tried to kill me.
It didn't try to kill you. Things
Perhaps-
don't try to do things.
Sure
I
it
would-
did.
How
Mind.
did you manage to pick it up if it was that heavy? Until you weren't picking it up.
Oh.
It like left the stand. It was in your hand somehow.
It was in a tripod. Pip grabbed it.
Wait, who's
and
saying
pulled.
that? Who-
I am.
Alma. Oh.
I'm just explaining so people understand. Grabbed it out of a tripod and just pulled like a lever, and it just slid out. And after the point that it slid out, it just.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like pickable, and then it wasn't picked.
Yeah, it was already heavy when Pip
Okay.
touched it.
I'm gonna examine the place where we got the key from more closely.
You turn to look, and there's no obelisk.
Oh,
All gone.
Maybe you can put it in your pouch. You seem strong enough to carry it.
Yeah, I kind of think that maybe one of us is supposed to carry it, because we haven't all tried. So, I mean, it's worth a shot.
Very well then. I will try and pick up the key.
You've already tried. Two of you
Oh,
haven't.
I thought I tried. Oh, I thought I tried to drag Pip away.
You can gather that if you couldn't move Pip, it's probably the same for you.
Ah.
You're smart.
You try. You
Okay.
try.
I believe two of you haven't tried.
does Alma moving the sand count as trying?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Ragavir will step forward and try and pick up the key
From the mage hand?
from the mage hand.
You try to grab
Yeah.
it and the mage hand doesn't let go. Being a bitch.
Okay.
I'm gonna fold the mage hand like in a flat palm, like holding with the key on top of it, so that if need be, he can like pick it
Okay.
up.
You,
Okay. He will try
you
try and pick it up.
You pick it up. You confused.
What? What?
I mean,
What?
he's very strong.
Like you see Ragavir. He looks very much confused and probably just like a little bit afraid.
This thing weighs maybe half a pound. You're confused. These people are babies.
Wow.
What?
I'm gonna grab Ragavir's hand with the key still in it and like look over it. And while I'm doing so, can I more closely investigate the key?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
As you kind of like fawn over his hand, and she. No sense of personal space here, Ragavir.
0 fucks given right now.
A 20.
Oh.
You see, I don't know key terminology, but the part that you wouldn't insert, whatever that's called, the base, you see that infinite repeating mountain symbol.
Oh fuck.
Why? It has the same symbol as you. See, I told you one of us was meant to carry it. I can be smart sometimes.
And
I don't know
unfamiliar.
anyone who said you weren't.
Well,
Curious, do you think there are more keys like this? One for each of us?
No, maybe.
If there is, we still need to find out where they lead to.
And what they open.
And if
Very
we want
good point.
And who wants us opening them?
So does nobody want
Well-
to talk about what just happened?
You know, I have a lot processing right now. I don't know why we're so important, especially me.
I mean, you got two different looking eyes. That's pretty cool.
And you're very fearless. And she like grins at you, like encouraging.
Fearless.
Well, this must be a sign. We must have been chosen to do something.
Do you think it has anything to do with the city? Since it led us here? I mean, location must be important, right?
I mean, I've lived here for some time.
In the desert?
Yeah.
By
Have you ever
yourself?
noticed the obelisk before?
No.
Ragavir,
Oh, well,
do you feel any sense of grand purpose when you hold that thing?
Gray, do I feel any sense of grand purpose when I hold this thing?
I don't know. Do you feel important holding the key?
Does the key make
He
you
looks-
feel important, Ragavir? Do you feel like you are better than us now? And she's like kind of smiling. She's just giving you shit.
he just looks back at her and he's used to this. He's just yes, I feel very important as the key master, and he just like thrust it forward, looking a little self-important. Very smart.
Maybe we need to go to the mountains. I mean, there are mountains on that.
Yes, but
are.
well,
I think
the-
perhaps there's business here first.
Asha, you can make a religion check if you'd like. Alma, you can as well.
What's the key made out of?
It's not a material you're familiar with. Not metal.
Okay.
It just
Can
looks
I?
right?
Them to make a religion check?
No.
Oh, nuts.
17.
There's two people specifically for a reason.
Okay.
Oh,
Nada.
interesting.
Oh no.
You guys don't recognize the symbol.
Do I recognize any of the symbols? Like, do I recognize mine at all?
No. You don't. Yeah, and with those religion rolls, you guys don't recognize any of them.
Well,
May... Oh, Asha?
no, you go ahead.
Well, I was thinking I may be able to try and figure out what this is, but as of now, I know I do not look it, but I do not have the funds.
Don't have the fans. What?
I do not have the funds. I could try and cast something, but I do not have my components just yet.
Should we
What-
perhaps try to procure some funds?
I mean, that is
What
what we always
sort
do
of-
regardless in town, yeah?
What sort of funds do you need?
Would you happen to have a pearl floating around in your satchel?
I'm afraid I do not possess such an item.
Are you holding out on me?
Strix does not understand that you're joking. Strix is like, no.
I figured that much. Well, we can
Then
try and
why
get
did
some
you
answers
ask?
from- It was a joke, my dear. Have you not heard of a joke?
Ah, yes, a joke. I have heard many jokes.
Insight check.
Yeah, can I insight check that?
Sure.
That was the most odd response. She's gotten to one of her jokes.
Give it a
You would
whirl.
like to insight check that?
Yeah, I won't oppose it or anything.
Have you heard jokes before?
I mean, not many.
Oh my god.
The three of you get a sense that the sense of humor might be a little lacking.
What?
Work on it.
Yes, you will
Work
be
on
experiencing
what
more jokes.
I look forward to it.
If we do not have the answers here, we should go somewhere where we can find them, yes?
Yes.
That's reasonable.
Could go to a library or something. I'm sure some old fart's got some books squirreled away that might have something about this.
Yes, perhaps, would you guys like to... I mean, we should probably travel together. Obviously, there's a purpose for this. Perhaps make our way into town?
I've never been in town. I'd love to be in town.
I thought you said you lived here.
I
She
do.
said in the desert.
Give her, yes, in the
Just-
desert, not in the town. And she whispers that to him, like,
In the desert, I say completely out loud.
He blinks at you and his ears are all perky and he's smiling as if he doesn't understand that's a strange thing.
Quite. I can't say I've ever met anyone like you.
Let's go to the town. Come on. Come on. Let's have fun.
Have you been in town before, Pip?
No.
ever, have you been in any town, or have you spent your whole life in this wasteland?
Oh, I don't know. I like rolling in sand.
What?
Have you ever known any other people or humans or any other type of humanoids?
Me?
Yes, you. I'm speaking with you, Pip.
And you.
And she wants to inside check him. She's just like, has he really been in town before? Like, she's just like, is there something he ain't, like, this seems a little sus, you know what I mean?
He's pretty Among Us sus.
Yeah. Huh.
Shall I roll a check, right?
Yeah. I just look at Pip and I'm like, how do you procure food?
Can eat sand.
While this is happening,
What? No.
Valeska is just staring Pip down, trying to get a bead on him.
You can't eat sand.
I can.
Yeah. Can I insight check him,
I
Gray?
mean, you
Yes.
can.
You can insight check
You
him.
can eat sand. Doesn't mean it's a good idea.
What are you insight
But-
checking?
He's been in town before, and if he's like, if there's something she feels like there's something he's not telling us, and she feels like maybe he has been in town before, and he just comes off highly suspicious to her.
On a 14, what are you looking for specifically? Like, one
Specifically,
thing.
like she wants to know if he's been in Callium before.
Pip seems pretty honest, straightforward. Nice lad. A little airheaded.
Good lad.
What was... I had two other things that popped up. Was it... Valeska. Pip, you're in the middle of conversation, and for whatever reason, you're just getting, like, the nastiest stink eye you've ever gotten in your life. Sometimes people, like, wandering merchants will kind of give you a look. It's never really this hostile.
I don't know what to tell you. I never been in a town. And I eat sand, yeah.
I just start walking towards the direction of Callium.
Valeska kind of like rubs her eyes and blinks a couple times and kind of wordlessly takes Asha by the shoulder and starts walking towards Philium.
So Ragavir is going to
very
move
nice.
to catch up with Strix, and is going to lean down, look down at her, and be like, "So, your rune was broken. Is there any reason that you can think of that might be?
I cannot think of any such reason. Although I must say, I do not know what any of the runes that we saw, what they mean. So, I'm afraid I can't really answer your question.
Are you all walking and talking?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asha
every-
followed along with Valeska. She kind of taps her shoulder and she's bringing the donkey with her.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna make a joke, but fine. You can have the donkey.
Pip's kind of just hanging back
I would
behind
never
everyone
leave my
now, because
beloved
now
donkey.
he's
Pip's hanging out with who?
Pip's just hanging out with himself. He's kind of like behind everyone, and now he's just like kind of like confused, I guess. He's just really confused, and he's thinking about a lot of things right now.
Okay. You're kind of like trailing in the back.
I'm gonna be walking side by side with Alma, and I'm gonna reach over and like whisper, kind of loudly, "Wow, these people aren't as nice as I thought they would be. They looked nicer in my dreams."
Yes. That's true. I agree with you. Sorry.
Yeah. Not even looking back at them, I say, I don't know what you're talking about. I am plenty polite.
I think I look plenty nice.
So Cora's gonna look like very surprised that you heard her.
Well, no one said you weren't polite, just not nice.
I think the word you're looking for is friendly or warm, Cora.
That's true.
Nice is the right word. I'm pretty sure that's the word I was looking for. You know, a nice and friendly and warm are all pretty synonymous, so
Was it not nice that Ragivir offered his good berries to the group? And was it not nice that he wrapped up Pip's hand? And was it not nice the other things that the people did? We're traveling in a group, and I think everybody did something nice or the other.
well, you don't have to scold me like a child. I didn't even mean for you to hear that.
Yeah, that was. Alma's in the back, like, that was condescending.
All right.
I'm gonna stick my tongue out at her.
The adults
Like
of
once
the
she
group have been
turns back
spotted.
once she turns back around, I'm gonna stick my tongue out at her. Not like while she's facing me.
Oh yeah, she didn't even turn around. She was just kind of like walking alongside Valeska, like talking as we're walking, like looking for where she's going.
Okay, then I stick my tongue out at her.
All right, my
And
donkey.
then I'm going to talk loudly in Elvish to Alma. Like talking shit. Well, not talking shit, but being like being like, "Oh my god, I cannot believe she said that to me like that. What the fuck? I come here. I come here to meet these people. I thought they were gonna be nice, like basically along those lines." And
You
she's just
see
ranting.
Valeska look behind her shoulder at you and very slowly nudge Asha and start speaking to her in a language you've never heard.
In Elvish, I ask, why are we speaking Elvish?
that was
It seems
good.
like the girls are fighting.
I have to respond back to Valeska in the same language that the group will not know what this language is. It's very unfamiliar language to you.
So you all have your lovely conversations and your new camaraderie. The hierarchy being pretty distinct.
Okay.
My donkey leading lasses. There are 3 entrances to the city.
You can either go through the southern entrance, the western exit or entrance, or the northern entrance. What are you all looking for or going to the city for specifically? Or what are you two going to this, because everyone's following you?
I think Strix is ahead of us yet. I think Strix left first.
I'm pretty sure Valeska left first.
I'm under the understanding that we are going back to town to
Oh yeah, I was heading towards
some
Killian.
cash.
Yeah, what are you going to the city for? Just to be there, or are you going somewhere specific? Because you
Going
know which
to-
entrance to go through to get to where you're going.
We're going to do what we do to make some money.
Okay, so the aerial district. So you'll be going in through the eastern entrance. Surprisingly, middle of the desert, not a whole lot of traffic. So, approaching the gate, you can see a handful of guards, 3, 4, and maybe every couple of minutes a cart coming in or a cart going out. Pretty usual for this section. Not a whole lot of people outside the city. On the northern end is where caravans tend to set up camp outside the city. So, following along the sandstone walls of the city, you can see some groups kind of like camped out in the desert. But for the rest of you approaching the city for the first time, you can see the city itself is sort of built into a crater and kind of comes out above the sand dunes, but you can see where the walls kind of differ in height, like it's compensating going down and having to go higher over certain dunes. The city itself is built downward, almost in like a bowl. You can see spires and houses built on top of other houses. This strange sand sculptures, almost looks like mud huts, but they're very sturdy. They look almost similar to brick that you can see past the walls. And then the walls themselves are just... It doesn't look incredibly well fortified, but it looks like it could take a beating, if that makes sense. But approaching the gate, you can see it's probably about the wall itself, maybe 20 feet high, and the gate probably 15 or so. But approaching it, Valeska, Asha, you've both been here enough times to know the guards aren't going to stop you and check you if you just have a donkey. So the most you get is like a head nod.
Is the groups close enough that I would motion for them to come up to us so that they're like kind of grouped with us so they're able to come in?
Yep. The only thing you notice is that the guards are just kind of looking at Pip. It's kind of eyeing him. But for the most part, doesn't pay anyone else attention.
Pip waves hi to the guards. Hey! Hello!
Hello.
I'm Pip.
Right.
Who are you?
Gary.
Nice to meet you, Gary. I'm Pip. I hope we can be friends.
Maybe in another lifetime. Carry on.
Pip just kind of like, he happily like trots along. He's like looking at everything. He's very amused right now.
Everyone enters. Everyone going through the gate. It's wide enough that you guys can be like, you can be like 6 people across. It's not a huge deal. Entering into the city, Valeska, Asha, you both know the 2 districts. The aerial district is on your right. It is a little, shall we say, posh. It's a bit upper. There's a lot of things like tailors, craftsmen, people who tend to work and make things out of other material kind of favor the aerial district, so it's got a bit more of a classy vibe to it for general purpose goods and things like that. To your left, the Bourdain district, a very stark difference in attire and people who are kind of traveling in and out. The Bourdain's mostly known for its taverns, bars, your party hardy section. If you were both looking to do your standard money earning stuff, Bourdain's probably the place you would do it. You could also test your luck in either the merchant quarters or the bazaar. Either or would work as well.
What was the name of the first district? The Ariel district?
Ariel, yep, like the mermaid.
Ah, okay. Just want to make sure I got that one right. Okay.
And I can change the music.
What do you think this time, Alaska? What are you feeling?
I kind of want to walk on my hands. Is that weird?
Not a but I most moment which district do you think we should start in?
What about what time of day is it? Is it like midday?
Pretty early. It's probably like 11 noon.
Okay. How about the Bourdain district? Would you like to see if we could put together some sort of new act? And she kind of like looks over at the rest of the party.
That's fine.
Ah,
That
I
might,
backed.
that might be well. Kind of skills do you all have?
Sorry.
I don't know what changed, but it's super hard to hear you, Momo.
One, can you hear me? Okay. Cool.
I can hear you, Faye. I just bumped your audio up.
Thing.
Play some instruments pretty well. I don't have any though.
Yes, like right there, he can play an instrument, for example.
Gestures at the lyre strapped to his back.
How to play the lyre? I don't think you have
Dance.
to though. I guess I can dance, and Cora's gonna like attempt to like dance to like no music as best as she can. Do I need to roll for that?
In the middle of the street, sure. Go ahead and roll performance with disadvantage.
Okay.
Ragavir is going to lean over to Asha and just kind of like whisper, "It's just like,
15.
One more.
Are you sure you want to involve these people in your general money-making methods?"
Well, we are to travel as a group, so I think of this as a test run. We'll see how it goes.
Agreed. I figure if we are to be sticking together, they will have to see this eventually.
Okay, Cora,
True enough.
you've seen people dance before, sort of, in like ballroom aspects.
Taverns. I've been in taverns.
You give it a go. It's not great, but I mean, it's a bit of a show. People stop and then start going again.
See? Dance.
Perhaps
Oh.
with some
Huh?
Perhaps next time with some music. That should do it. What do you think, Alaska? Ragivir?
You can tell Ragavir's like he's just staying quiet and just trying to be polite. He's-
Alaska has the same look. Oh, sorry.
With some practice, it could very promising.
Alaska has the same like scrutinizing look on her face while you do this. Well, if it becomes a problem, you can always hold a tambourine.
Oh, do you have a tambourine?
I fished through my bag. Do I have a tambourine?
Uh,
I'm fresh out. But I do have this. And I'll pull out like a small little plate like for gathering tips.
Can I dance? Can I dance?
Oh god.
I'm really funny looking.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If you want to break into dance in the middle of the street with no music, go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
Well, not right now. He just said he wanted to dance with
Okay.
them.
perhaps we should find a quiet corner and we can assess everybody's skills and make a plan for a performance.
We should
Yeah.
at least practice.
Is that really what we should be focusing on right now?
We need to make some money.
I'm not forcing you. But I thought you enjoyed these things.
Of course I
Oh.
enjoy these things, but we've literally just been handed some sort of quest from on high.
Yes,
And
and
I
I do not know what it is, and I would like to know what that key you are holding does.
Not
I
like
don't
we
think
have
I
any
don't have a
clues or
plan.
anything. Can you all
Sometimes,
hear?
yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes a plan requires money. You should know this.
For the sake of ease and brevity and not having the main draw of this session being dancing in the middle of the street, do we want to do some combined rolls here and we can throw some money together?
Yeah, I was saying
Heck
like
yeah.
if we find like I was thinking we find a corner, like maybe ask Regiver to play music and see how people do with music, and then kind of go from there. Yeah.
Do you want to do it in the street or in a tavern?
In the tavern where
Ooh,
people are
tavern, yeah.
drinking.
Oh, hold on just a
And
minute. So, I have the entertainer background, so I'll just use my feature by popular demand. You can always find a place to perform, usually in an inn or tavern, but possibly with a circus, at a theater, or even in a noble sport. At such a place, you receive free food and lodging of a modest or comfortable standard, as long as you perform each night. In addition, your performance makes you something of a local figure. When strangers recognize you in a town where you've performed, they typically take a liking to you.
Okay, you want to use the feat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and use that.
I'm gonna do it in a bit of an indirect manner, but Valeska, Asha, as you two are setting up, you see a bit of a well-dressed figure for Kalium standards. You would have all noticed, like looking around, the local attire is pretty lazy. You can think just like sheets. Like people, it's not even really robes. Like they just wear like cloth. It's like just something over the body. That's really it. And some people even it's less than that. Very open, very free-flowing city. But this one's dressed in some colors, adorned in a bit more fashion. But seems to recognize you both.
Oh, are you both looking to perform again?
We are. Do I recognize this person?
You make a intelligence check.
Could I
Hey.
make one as well to recognize?
16.
Oh, she recognizes him. Would
Yeah.
Can I try to recognize him as well?
Sure. Go ahead.
Intelligence. Oh, do I just? Oops, sorry. Hold on.
I rolled 15 with a -1.
Mm-hmm.
People can do hard things.
Well, luckily for you, it's very
Ooh.
easy to remember somebody who tips very well. And the last time you performed here, years ago, you received a fairly handsome tip for your performance, from this man in particular.
If it would please you, I actually Coin's been a bit rough to come by. If you would like, I could maybe you perform at my place instead of here, and I could maybe arrange for your stay in exchange, or if you could like draw a crowd, maybe we could do something like that. Hmm?
Well, I feel that we draw a crowd wherever we are. Don't you feel the same way, Asha?
And Asha smiles and kind of like grins, like, but kind of warmly towards the man. Yes, I think that we will definitely draw a crowd.
So you'd be willing to perform at my place instead? My inn.
Just over that way across the street, not here.
Might you be in possession of any pearls, my good sir?
That's a very direct question.
Well, you said you're short on coin, so possibly there's other ways you can pay.
Yes, the free rooms was the idea. Is that not suitable?
She thinks for a moment. You know what?
Well, we would be depriving this tavern of a show. Perhaps you could bring some friends?
Bring friends here?
To view our performance.
To
I'm
your
sure
place.
you are well connected.
Yes.
I could arrange for some people to stop by.
How does that sound? She's looking at Asha.
That sounds perfect. What do you think, Ragavir? Does that place look suitable over there for you to play?
Of course.
The man that's speaking to you is gonna look over at Pip. Does this one do any tricks, or it kind of strikes a figure? Could also maybe, you know. What are you?
I'm a goblin.
Right.
I can probably do tricks, probably.
Maybe just stand on top of a stool. Anyways,
That sounds fun.
simple-minded. I like you. If you would all follow me, we could arrange. I could even get a stage.
That would be wonderful.
Lovely. Yo,
And she motions to to Strix, to Cora and Alma, like kind of making eye contact with the three of them and motioning for them to come with them too. Like, come on,
Yeah.
ladies.
I've just been watching this entire thing just way too intensely, but I do follow.
Alma definitely zoned out for a good period until like the second half of what was happening, but he sees Strix walking and starts following as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow, looking at the city as I go.
down the Bourdain district, you notice a couple different things. Again, it's sort of the Bourdain district isn't known for class or its kind of unique shops. You're not going to find any antiques. You're not going to find knickknacks, but you find a lot of basic needs. Housing, foods. There's a lot of food vendors. Different kinds of bars. There is a stable for your donkey if you want to pay for the donkey to stay somewhere, or you can just leave it in the street and hope. But
No, stable the donkey.
it's gonna run, I think, 1 silver, I think, for the day, and that includes
Yeah.
feeding and all that fun stuff.
so you can just mark that off.
Yeah, we'll stable the donkey.
Okay, are you taking the silver or should I?
I can take care of the donkey.
Cora, make a perception check, looking around.
Okay. Wait for it to load. Is it gonna load? Okay, there we go.
3. All right. You're looking around, and you've never been to the city before. It's very different than your home. The people are a lot more lively. It's a lot more loose. The general atmosphere is actually fairly positive for considering the past couple of places you've been on your journey. But you do notice one figure a ways away from you, blending into the crowd a little too well, like intently, if that makes sense. And you just notice them kind of bobbing, weaving, and then duck into an alleyway.
What do they look like?
From the back, all you really see is a cloak. And you can see, like, as they turn, you can see the front of their hair is a dark black, and then the tips of it itself are just red. And she continues onward.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, look intently at her for a second until she, like, gets out of view, view. And then I'm gonna turn my attention back to looking around as we walk.
You continue to look around. A camel shits on the street or something. It's not too exciting.
Pip is rapidly smelling everything he crosses.
It's camel shit.
Please don't smell that.
Yeah, he smells. Yeah, he smells that.
No.
But then he makes a face of disgust and moves his head away.
Fiber, not for me.
Not for me.
Alright, you guys set up your stage performance. Go ahead and make me performance rolls. We can do 2 people at advantage, or all 3 of you can roll separately.
Okay, can I give myself guidance?
I will give. I will abstain from rolling. I'll just give someone advantage.
Okay.
Would also, if at all possible, can I cast minor illusion, and as they're playing, like for like a drum beat, to go along with the playing, but I do it discreetly so no one can see.
Sure. That's fine.
Actually, I would like to, before we perform, Asha's gonna like whisper something in a indistinguishable language and kind of like fix her hair for her and make sure she looks right. And as she's doing that, she's gonna give her guidance. Is that cool?
You're doing the performance over a set amount of time, and guidance is really only for like immediacy. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah,
That's
so
okay?
you said it was one
Oh.
person does performance at advantage,
No,
or how do you
either
usually?
all 3 of you can roll, or 2 people can do it at advantage.
Oh, okay. So it looks like you and I at advantage then.
Yeah, there's
Sounds
enough
right.
people helping out, and he's having other people come by to take interest and feign interest and all that stuff. Even though they're the ones who are supposed to fake the interest, kind of do take interest.
Is Pip performing?
He can if you want him to.
Well, does Pip want to perform?
He does.
How would you like to perform?
I'll handle this in character. Villas.
He hasn't. He kind of just wants to like spin around and kick his legs around. He's trying to dance, clearly. It could be cute considered to others, or it could just be stupid to others. It's really a person's opinion, but he's clearly trying.
Okay.
Before the performance, you see Valeska kind of like stoop down to your height and say, "Let us see what you can do." And she gives you a wink, and you have bardic inspiration.
Let's go! Okay, so for bard inspiration, do I just what do I do for that? Do I just roll regular like?
You can
You
add
can
a D6.
add a d6.
Okay. I hope I'm doing this right. I haven't used roll 20 in a million years.
Oh no! I'm so glad I got advantage on that.
Oh Jesus.
Oh damn.
So, you can add the D6 if you. Oh, you already did. Never mind.
Yeah.
So, 2 of you are very experienced when it comes to dancing, as well as kind of like flaunting yourselves a little bit.
between the fans and the discs, the performance itself is beautiful. The motions you go in. And the two of you are very well synced up with one another. You've done this enough times where you kind of know each other's motions. And you kind of start playing off a little bit. You kind of see Pip's random movements. And it takes you the better part of maybe only 30 seconds before you're like, Pip's going to do right foot here. Pip's going to do left arm now because he goes the opposite for some reason. And you just sort of mix in with him. And it makes it look like a performance, even though Pip's just sort of doing motions.
That's so precious. I'm crying.
Yeah,
So
I
cute.
just have this mental image of Pip just on a stool, just doing the can while turning around in circles.
Oh my god. I'm imagining he's like rapidly waving like whatever arm seems to work the best out for him, and then he's like wagging his tail a lot. Probably.
I love that.
Club Penguin dance.
Yeah, he's doing the Club Penguin dance. Oh my god.
I love that.
As you guys perform, you can hear ting, 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 ting. And little tips being left in your plates. However long you guys feel like going for, I'm not sure. Does the rest of the party want to do anything else while they're going?
Well, I'm just gonna chill out and just continually cast that minor illusion over and over again, to aid in the performance.
Okay.
And, Ragavir is, of course, playing, providing musical accompaniment.
Alma, Strix, either of you?
Can Alma be playing cards, like gambling, kind of in the background?
Sure. You can try and throw a table together. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck, sorry. $13?
13. Yeah, you can convince a couple of people to play them. They're not going to gamble with a whole lot. We'll get to that in a second. Strix, anything you want to do, or are you just hanging out?
Like, at first I'm just watching this performance in the way that I watch everything, just staring, just way too focused on what's in front of me. But then I notice Alma sort of wander off, and I go and follow her.
The Strix is standing behind you at this point.
Do you want to join, Strix?
This is a game, correct? These are cards?
Yes.
I would love to join.
Okay. Pull up a seat and we'll get started. Do you know how to play?
Yeah, no, Strix does not know how to play.
That's
She
fine.
says, I will need to be told the rules to this game. I am not very experienced in this.
Alma's just very confused by Strix's behavior and willing to sit down to... Are you gambling, Strix?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the innocent one that just wants to fit in.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have
know.
to.
Yeah, I guess I see, like, the money in the center of the table, and, like, something clicks, like, oh, this is gambling. And then I proceed to put, like, way too much gold in the center of the table.
Oh my god.
You see both of the other people that had sat down to play with you go, no, nope. Too much.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I don't own that much money, Strix. I can't gamble that with you.
I'm sorry. I guess I'll take this back?
If you guys want to, the
So-
most they'll be willing to pay in per hand is like 2 silver.
Oh, okay. So then when those other people go away, Alma's just gonna play with Strix casually, no gambling.
Okay.
Okay, I'm confused, but I accept this outcome.
And like teaching the game and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
How long are you guys gonna perform?
How long do we typically perform? I'll check to see how full the tip plate is getting.
You're
Yeah.
you're starting to draw attention after about 10 or so minutes. Typically your performance, if you're doing well, you can push it like an hour. If it's kind of going whatever, you do like 30 minutes. If it's just not biting at all, 10 minutes, you're normally like, fuck it.
Okay.
Sounds
I
sounds-
am I'm intrigued with this new performance with Pip, so I'm gonna go as long as Pip's stamina allows. She would go for an hour.
Oh man. Oh man.
And I
Pip-
should
Pip's
follow
gonna go as long as he
Melissa's
can.
lead.
Pip, you're not known for your coordination nor how to like make movements without wasting a lot of energy. So you can go ahead and just make me a Constitution roll.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
You got 10 minutes and you're just gassed. Pip is just sweating profusely.
Tiny man's tired. And then he's pretty tired after 10 minutes, and he flattens his little ears and his tail. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm tired.
It is okay. Do not break character. Smile. And I grab Pip's hand and like kind of like gracefully take him off the stool and like kind of swirl him out of the dance so he's able to like rest.
He keeps his smile as soon as you tell him to smile. He does like a big, over-exaggerate, sharp teeth smile. And he like does like a tired waddle as you help him down and move to the side off the stage.
I'll go for a little bit more if people are interested.
Okay. The crowd definitely starts to disperse a little bit now that the weird little purple creature's gone. But
Yeah, I figured.
you guys
They're
are
like, "Where's he
beautiful. You
going?"
kind of, you play it up, flaunt yourselves a little bit. Go for about 20 minutes in total. Make about, let's see. Oh, 98 silver. That's a lot. I rolled a 98.
Oh damn. Okay.
Nice.
I guess we will have to divide this.
Well, we're saving this for the pearl, no?
That is true.
How much is?
It's just shy of 10 gold.
Only. Oh, wait, what? Only 83 to go.
Well, to start. And she like kind of
Can-
motions for you to take the coin.
Compared to your
Hold it.
guys' performances, this is a lot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
noise.
You wrap up. You do have room to stay. You're welcome to stay in this tavern. There's room for all of you. So I think you'll have to go 3-3-2. No, sorry. You can do 3-3-1, or you can do any other divination of that. There's three
Two,
beds.
two.
3 beds to a room. Yeah. You can do
Okay.
2-2-3. That's fine.
I'm gonna room with Alma, and I will, I guess, ask if Pip wants to join us.
Pip looks pretty tired where he's like he's like collapsed on his butt at this point next to the stage, and he's just like leaning his head back against like the wall.
Do bear in
And
mind, it's
he looks-
also only 1 p.m. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. And he looks up at you. Sorry, I'm still trying to remember names. Cora, I think?
Cora.
Okay. He looks up at you and he smiles a bit and he's like, "Me? Me? You want me to stay with you?"
Like a fun little guy.
I I am fun. Yes, yes, I will stay with you tonight. Yes.
I'm gonna high five him.
He's gonna high five the hell out of you back. He does it twice, actually.
Like Clara immediately like sits down next to him and tries to start an impromptu game of patty cake.
He does it with you. He does patty cake, even though he doesn't really know what it would be, but you're just holding your hands out to him, so he's gonna keep slapping your hands anyways.
What are the rest of us doing?
I mean, Alma's still in the back playing with Strix if she's continuing.
Okay. I mean, the gamble game for your guys' sake is super easy. You just need 3d6. You roll 2d6, that counts as your cards. Based on what you roll, higher is better. If you like what you have, you can put in more. Roll your third card. Whoever wins in the total for the 3 dice wins. Very simple.
Nice, blackjack. Oh no, but we're just playing for giggles. We're not gambling.
I'm just letting you know, like, if you're gonna teach her the rules and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
So we have 2 playing patty cake, 2 playing fake gambling, and 3 doing.
Well, that was very good. Better than normal. So
That was fun.
I'm feeling quite good about this venture of ours. These new people.
I agree.
Well, how are you doing, Ragaver?
I am cautiously optimistic.
Cautious is good.
I'm not jealous that you are not the centerpiece of our act, are you?
Oh no. When it's my time to shine, I'll step in. But for now, these people respond to see you better than they would to my stories. I think.
He's very sure of himself, and after all, Alaska, don't forget, he is the bearer of the key.
Oh, that is true. I should not mock the bearer of the key. And she does like a very lofty bow to you.
Oh my god.
Asha's vibe is like, she's very serious. She's just like, wow, she's like, you were chosen. Like, in her voice, she's like, you were chosen for this. You have deep purpose. Like, she's just like, she's not being sarcastic like Valeska is.
Where do you think we should get more information about your key? I mean, we could do 86 more dances, but I cannot guarantee they will all be as profitable as the last one.
Do you think there's somebody versed in magic in the... Oh, and he as soon as he says that, he just clicks with him, and you see him start casting detect magic again. So he's gonna ritual cast detect magic over the next 10 minutes.
About 5 minutes into it, the man who talked to you all earlier just kind of taps you on the shoulder. What are you doing?
Sir, please. Asha tries to like, our friend is doing something very important right now. She's trying to.
He's winding down after our performance.
Could
It
you-
brings
Wait,
us
is-
good luck.
Go ahead, Ryan.
We're trying.
Is it bad that, like, should I not be casting magic in the city or something?
In the middle of a tavern floor, maybe impromptu.
Well, no,
magic's not
I
right.
imagine like I got a table or something.
Still, you just kind of
Yeah. Okay.
at a certain amount of time, people are gonna be like, "What are you doing? Stop doing that."
What you doing there, buddy?
Can you not do it like, it's not like letting your child cry in a restaurant?
Gotcha. So I'll stop
With
doing
the
that and
chanting
like
and stuff.
go to our room.
Okay. You
I was gonna
recast.
tell him that we're very superstitious, and it's part of our.
That is great. Can you go do it in your a little more privately, please?
Yep.
Of course.
Yep, of course.
You're
We
getting
can do
looks.
that.
I've seen at least one person come in and just turn around seeing the dragon.
Chanting in the corner.
I cannot imagine why.
It's unpleasant as a owner.
Well, how was
Might
the
seriously
performance? Was it
please.
up to your expectations, your standards?
It was lovely. I will have meals prepared for you all later.
Regretted.
Thank you very much.
He goes about his business, talking to other patrons, getting drinks.
Pip is gonna. He's eventually going to, like, as he's been, like, patting hands, he's been
don't,
thinking
like,
a bit.
We probably don't do it like a super long time. After a while,
No,
Cora
yeah,
gets
probably
bored and
not.
stops.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He looks up at Cora and he's like, "Do you want to explore the town? I do. Let's explore the town."
Just a second ago?
More.
Or what?
Explore more.
Well, I can't go anywhere without Alma, so let me go
Why
see
not?
it. You'll understand when you're older. And then she kind of pats Pip on the head.
He kind of like squints his eyes when you say older. Okay.
I'm gonna go ask Alma if she would like to accompany us.
Where are you guys going?
Yeah.
I was seeing, like, how do you pronounce it again? Strex?
Drex.
Strex? Okay. After seeing Strex there, she also, turns so that she is addressing Alma and Strex and is like, "Hey! We're gonna go look around. Do you want to come?"
I see. Well, if I was called here by fate, it seems like I should get to know the place.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go shopping.
Oh, hell yeah. And I guess we go.
Oh boy.
Shopping time.
Give me 1 second. I'm doing you all a favor.
By the way, if we need to ask like private questions, like, would we just do like the /whisper thing, or should we message your Discord
Just message
GM?
me on Discord. I have 2 monitors. It's fine.
Also-
Ooh.
Would it be possible for us to have like a 5-minute like pee break?
Sure.
And like, okay, I will be back while you're doing that.
No, we can just take 5 in total.
Okay.
Snacky.
Yeah.
Having so much fun, guys.
Yeah.
Same. Oh my god, our
This is
performance went
dangerous.
so well.
I dig the dynamic we have. It's like so good. There's like
It's
the two
really
awkward
good.
people like hanging out.
I
Oh my
know,
God,
that's
it's
so
cute.
precious though.
It really is. And then like Cora's like, oh look, funny little goblin, yes. It's like so nice.
Might I took up and yes, and then he's like, yeah?
Asha doesn't know if you're a child or you're full grown. She's just like nervous
We're
smile.
goblins. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
be
I
right
mean,
back.
he's
Like,
like
okay. Thank God. Thank God Pip said what he was. I didn't want to just come out and ask.
They're like, so, like, what the hell are you?
What are you?
Everyone's looking at him like strangers and everybody, like this purple stupid thing, and it's like, what the hell is this? And I love the energy. I love his stupid nobody knows what he is energy.
Entered town. I was kind of like, hey, have you ever been in town before? Like, should we disguise you? Is someone gonna try to kill you because they don't know what you are? Like, I'm afraid.
Right. Like,
Luckily, no one's tried to kill him. People like looking at him, apparently.
He's an interesting boy.
Mm-hmm.
He
I'm
stood on
making a
that stool and
snack.
he
Yeah, back.
danced. Now
He did so
now he's
good.
gonna think he's really good at performing, and he's always gonna want to perform with them now.
I am fine with that. As long as you're bringing that shmoney, baby.
Shmoney.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get a snack.
You're valid. I'm gonna look for a snack real quick.
I am back. Who are we missing?
Welcome back. I think
Welcome back.
Corin to get the snack.
Hello.
Hello. I went through and changed everyone's name in Discord, so hopefully it'll be a little bit easier for people to know who's talking.
Nice.
Though I'm sure I spelled Ragavir wrong.
No, you got it right.
That's just because you spelled it wrong.
Wait, where the hell did I spell it? Oh,
Just kidding.
Okay.
I know you all missed me so much.
Oh, forever.
Huh?
Come back.
What?
Welcome back.
Gurkling.
Okay.
Yurik.
Alright. The secret summoning ritual. I need 5 people to at Kirk.
Oh yeah. Let's do it, guys.
I just came back. I was making popcorn. I'm so
Alright.
sorry.
Alright, picking up where we left off. Valeska, Momo, and Haya are in the room, I believe.
Oh my god.
And then the other 4 were talking at a table, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in their room. Hmm.
Those 3 are very close.
Figured it out.
So, which do you want to stay in this district, or should we go, to the next one over?
Brown?
It's about this time where you all realize none of you have any idea what the city actually looks like, or where to go, or how to get anywhere.
I've never. We don't know how to get around here, and the 3 people who did are not on this shopping trip. So probably stay within the district and remember the name of the tavern.
What's the name of
Seems
the
like a good
tavern?
idea.
You guys, I knew it was going. I don't fucking know.
So what's the name of the tavern?
Oh, don't you worry. We can just pop this open right here and just.
Hang toit.
Those are awful.
Pop Tart Tavern.
Oh, these are all awful.
Maybe named after the
Sandy
guy.
Bread.
Sandy Bread.
Maybe like Sandy Hills Tavern.
Sure.
Sand.
I just
Sandy Hills.
Sure.
I just looked up tavern name generators to see what you were seeing.
They're bad.
Yeah.
So this place is called
I
Sandy
kind of
Hills
like
Tavern.
the laughing ants.
Having ants.
There's just a generated one.
Oh my
my
gosh.
Sandy Hills is fine. That's fitting.
Okay, let's go. Come on. And he like hops off the chair and kind of knocks it over as he's hopping off of it. And then he starts like waddling out of the tavern.
I stand the chair back up, but I do follow.
Yeah, I follow as well.
Yep.
Okay. What are we on the lookout for?
Probably
I'm-
shops.
Yeah, shops. I'm gonna look for magic shops. And clothes, obviously.
Oh my god, clothes?
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Oh my god,
Shoes.
dress up the goblin?
Shoes.
Shoes.
Oh my god.
You know what I play D&D for? Mouth trips. Anyways.
Yeah.
Within this district, Corey, you were looking around as you traveled, walked through a lot of it. Probably not going to find clothes here. In terms of oddities and things like that, you can look around, maybe you find something, but for the most part, this seemed like the main street of a city. A lot of places to get food, a lot of places to find bedding, and a lot of places to drink.
Also, very viable options for stuff to do.
Man, this place is boring. Well, no, I don't say it like
Yes.
that.
You
I don't say
can
it like
you
that. I
can
say it
try
like,
and find a hole in
Man,
the
this
wall.
place is boring. I can try and find what?
You can try and find like a hole in the wall. Maybe there's something, but
Okay.
in your brief trip going from point A to point B to point C, you didn't see a whole lot.
Can I try and see hole in the wall stuff, like anything interesting?
Sure, make a perception check.
Oh, my perception's pretty good.
I also make a perception check, but looking for magic kind of shops.
Okay, go ahead.
Poggers.
Oh, nice!
Damn.
Pip, looking around for magic-based goods within the district, not a whole lot. Nothing, actually. But you do kind of ask around, as you do. You're peering very obviously, and eventually someone takes pity on you. And what can I help you find something? Maybe.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. I am looking for a magic shop.
What kind of magic? Like card tricks?
Like yeah, the liquid stuff, potions, stuff like that.
Oh, you'd be looking for either the bazaar or maybe the merchant's quarters? It's to the north of the city.
Okay, thank
Cool.
you.
Can you point the way to the bazaar for us? And the merchant center, actually. We're new here, so we don't know the place very well. If you could give us some directions, that would be very lovely.
So from here you're gonna have to, and it's a little complicated to follow along if you haven't been here before. Valeska and Asha, you guys have kind of maneuvered around, but you understand that the way the city is built, the structure and the roadwork is virtually non-existent. There is a main path that you come in through each of the gates that eventually branches out.
It's like a fucking IKEA. Keep you trapped in here so you spend money.
Yes. The way the houses are set up and built, the main roads that you walk down aren't even really roads. They're kind of like elongated alleyways. To get from the tavern that you went to the other tavern that you got brought to was like bobbing and weaving down buildings that are just sort of built. It's not squared, there's no roads, there's no structure. It's a bitch. So navigating around it, if you don't know your directions, is very confusing. The lady is nice enough to give you directions, but I would need someone to make a intelligence check to remember them.
Fuck.
I will try to remember.
Why do you hate us?
I don't. This city is a bitch.
You
And
know
should
I'm
I
not
also
good
make
at
an
intelligence?
Should I also make an intelligence check since I was told to?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Solid.
Oh.
Solid.
Oh.
A 10 is enough.
Oh,
that's-
very unpoggers.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Well, I retained
Then
in one ear, out the other.
You
That's
got
just
go
how it
straight.
be.
Alright, so from where you guys are in the street, it's going to take you about 30 minutes to get to... Are you going to the merchant quarters or the bazaar?
sorry.
I feel like merchants would have more stuff available, right?
Oh, then let's go to the merchants first. We'll go to the other eventually, so I'm fine with merchants.
Okay.
Because y'all definitely got money for magic.
So you got to go up about 35 feet, then you take a left down in between 3 different buildings, then you take another, you go up back towards the gate that you came through in between about a block or two, take a right, take a north, go left, and then you hit the main road again, and you can follow the main road up into either the merchant's quarters, and you can also see the royal greeting hall on your left. But
Well, that was quite a journey, huh?
While we're going, I'm going to keep an eye out for anything peculiar, and especially for that figure that I saw earlier.
you haven't seen her. Gone.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're fucking gone. they have the directions to get there.
Yeah. I was going to say, maybe we should tell people where we're going. Maybe even invite them along, but we just left.
Oh no, split the party
No.
on the first session. That's what you do.
Corey's
Yeah.
not.
Hell
Corey's not
yeah.
smart enough to do that.
Tradition.
Tradition.
So,
There's one brain cell, and none of us had it.
yep. You guys arrive
You
at the
left the
merchant's
brain
quarters,
cell
and
behind.
I'm going to hop back to my other 3, and you finish casting Detect Magic.
All right, and what do I see?
Necromancy, and I think I said Divination for Asha. I think it's Divination.
Yeah, divination.
Is it? Oh, the key.
Yeah, the key.
I just kind of
Uh,
wiggle my fingers in front of him, like, ooh.
Not magical.
Oh.
Doesn't read.
You're fucking with me.
Nope.
Okay, so I've got Detect Magic up. I look at them and say, the key is not reading as magical.
Are you? It seems like it would be magical. Are you fucking with me?
Valeska, hold out your hand, please.
No.
Oh, don't do that. Don't. There's no need for that.
Well, no, because it's clearly got some sort of magical effect on it. Maybe if we trigger it, it'll read that magic.
I see. Maybe put it. I mean, were you holding it? Well, you weren't holding it.
I mean, I'm holding it right now. So
Hmm.
I set it on like the bed.
What if yes, set it down
Transmutation.
and we can place our hand on top of it, and maybe that will.
No, as soon
like,
as he puts it
I'll-
down.
Does it go through the bed?
No, it doesn't. The weight doesn't trigger unless someone who's holding it isn't supposed to hold it. Once you put it down, the magic does activate again. Holding it dispels it. It is transmutation.
Ah.
Oh.
You can pick all of that up within 5 minutes of fucking with it.
Okay. Cool deal.
But for whatever reason, you holding it makes the magic.
Got it.
You have not
And-
attuned
What-
to any important keys and lost them. You would
No.
remember that?
I believe I would remember that. Yes. What does the key look like?
So it's made out of that same kind of blackish rock material. It looks similar to obsidian, but it's not glossy. It looks very rough stone. The key itself, the part where you insert it, again, I don't know key terminology.
Yeah.
Looks like it's circular, but on the so key, this thingy, and then here that's got grooves on either side that kind of concave into the key. It's a little strange.
Those grooves look like the mountains.
The base on the key has the symbols of the mountains. The grooves look like they'd probably catch something within the keyhole.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's the teeth of the key. Got it.
Well, I mean, if we do decide to show this to someone, they will probably not be able to steal it.
Probably.
That's a good thing, at least. Although it's quite curious. The magic is not activated while you're holding it, but you're the only one who can hold the key. It seems kind of silly, no?
So, it's some sort of security measure, maybe. Like
Possibly.
Devin chosen.
I wonder what I am chosen for.
Probably another key. Question is, where do these keys go to? I'm assuming each of us has one. Each of us has a rune. Each of us might have a key, or maybe might not even be a key. Maybe another object inscribed with our own individual runes.
do you think? Shall we take this to someone who knows magic, or it is my only hunch, really?
Find a wizard who can help us, perhaps.
Yes.
Would we know, like in the city where you could potentially go for that kind of thing, like magical items and such, or like, is there anything like that?
Someone who could cast like identify for us.
You can
Yeah, I'm too much of a broke bitch. I'm sorry, I don't have the component.
you can make a history check, but it's not actually Valeska specifically. Yeah, you'd know somebody. In the merchants' quarters, there is. What is her name? That is a good question, Gray. What the fuck is her name?
What's whose name?
No pressure.
Oh,
Whose name?
Dorora would be able to help you. You have brought in stuff to her before.
Okay.
I will put it in.
I may be able to help, actually, now that I think about it.
Well, you
we-
have someone in mind?
I do. We will have to take a walk.
Where are the others? I'm assuming we'll go outside and
I
notice that.
certainly hope that our 4 friends that we have just made did not disappear in the short time that we were gone.
Yeah, you guys walk down the stairs. It's been 10 minutes and gone. No indication, no sight whatsoever. If you're looking for your friends, they left 6 minutes ago.
Do you know about which direction?
No, but the little one left in a hurry. Like, very quick. Kind of knocked over his stool. Very rude.
I am sorry for any trouble. He has caused you? He is
It is
very
fine. The one with the owl, the tall lady picked it up. All fine.
Well, we should probably make haste.
Good luck.
I do a little wave and a bow.
I mean, we will probably find. I'm sure we will. Clearly, we're all meant to be together, and what's meant to be will find a way. So
Famous last words.
I'm sure we will find them on the way.
Smash cut. The city's on
No.
fire.
It was meant to be.
Oh,
There's a
no.
purpose for that.
Okay. So you've all just arrived in the merchants' quarters. Very, very upper class. You are looking at not mansions, but buildings that are a bit more grand. They're not stacked on top of each other. You don't have neighbors per se. Like, each building is pretty compact, and it's actually fairly neat compared to the other ones, though you still have to kind of like weave around. Like, the roads and pathways aren't straight. Whoever built the houses was just not really thinking, or they were doing it in a hurry, or they had plans later and it didn't pan out. Something like that. City structure, not great. City planning, probably worse. But you see a host of buildings, from smithies to fabric owners, people who have brought in water, people who brought in more exotic foods, whereas in the Bourdain district you were seeing, salted meats, pickled fruits, things like that. Here you're seeing actual fruit, things like vegetables, unsalted meat, things that you could cook to order. But just a lot of imported goods. There's also some sections for the exported goods. For Kalium, they tend to set out a lot of metals and stuff like that. So you do see a lot of ore, a lot of unrefined materials as well. But what are we looking for specifically?
Well, Pip was looking for like potions and stuff.
Okay.
I'm also looking for magic items, like places that might sell components and stuff like that. And also potions. I'm just keeping an eye out for a number of things, really, like seeing anything that interests me.
Okay, you guys can make an
Yeah.
investigation check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for a place like where, like, a place of knowledge, if that makes sense. Like, somewhere where it looks like somebody might know something.
Probably the wizard still.
University.
Oh, nice!
Pugger.
Yeah, everyone in this group can read, I think.
Now everyone in this
Oh
group.
my god.
Yeah.
Alma's in a treat yourself mood, so she's just kind of shopping to shop just to see what there is.
Okay. Again, there is a whole host of stuff. Not a lot of, antiques, knickknacks, trinkets, things like that. Not a lot of that in this corner. Finding the more random stuff you'd find in the bazaar. Merchant's quarters, you're going to find more consumables, more general goods, things like that.
Okay.
So in terms of, shopping to shop, unless you're looking for something like, I want a new
Nice food,
sword,
maybe.
or things like that.
Oh. Like food.
Yeah, you can
You said
find
there's food
nice
here.
food. The more imported stuff is pretty expensive. Like you can buy an apple, but it's going to cost you like a gold, because they have to transport it in here, and then it goes bad super fast.
I want to get imported stuff while you're like visiting a city. You gotta get the city food, man.
You can...
That's true.
Depends on what you want. But the rest of you do come across one shop in particular. Seems to fit the general idea of what you're all looking for. The shop is called Devora's Arcanite.
I'm gonna go in.
Pip is also gonna go in.
You wander in.
Yeah, I'll go in as well.
There's no bell or any indication of the door when you open it that there's listening to see who enters and exits. But you do hear a voice as soon as you open the door. Hello. And from behind a counter, you can see an older woman, probably human. Given the way the ages work, she's starting to gray, so she's probably pushing 120s, 130s. So definitely up there in her years. You can see white hair kind of comes down to the shoulders and then curls. If you pull it straight, probably would go halfway down her back. Curls pretty significantly. Spectacles sit on top of her nose. It's pointed, and you can see two brown eyes just kind of cheerily greeting you.
Hey.
Hi there.
Hello. What can I help you with?
Question. Were you selling any type of poison?
Oh my. Poison? Did you mean?
Yeah,
did
poison.
You... Oh. I don't think I dabble in poison. She's gonna look over to Cora. How about you? Maybe something less scary.
Oh, he's just a very curious fellow. I'm sure he just wants to look at it, right, Pip?
What color is poison?
Oh, I think it depends on the poison. I don't really know that much about that, to be honest. I've never been poisoned, and I've never poisoned anyone else, so... Have you poisoned anyone? And she kind of just suddenly directs that question at the shopkeeper lady.
No, if I have, it's not been intentional.
Unintentionally poisoned
my God.
someone.
And you know, you mix things together. Sometimes they don't come out right. I'm pretty good at it.
Like that time I cooked a meal for me and my family and everybody had the runs for 5 days.
I think that's more a failure on just general cooking.
A failure is a failure. And I mean, a poison is a poison, regardless of whether you made it intentionally or not. So you could say I'm a poison master, really.
Okay. What other potions do you have then?
Oh, right. Do you have any health potions? Like to bring back energy or health, or like if you get like whacked by something, you know, make it better?
Strix, you're a very alert person for the most part. You know, you pay attention to people, you stare a little too intently. There's a very familiar look, one that you see often if you ever kind of like look at yourself in a mirror, where she just sort of, Daurora's kind of playing whack-a-mole with her thoughts at the moment, where it's like, no, don't think that, no, don't think that, no, don't think that. And processing rapidly how to interact with these two. But she returns. Yes, I have one health potion. It won't poison anybody if that's what you're looking for. And she kind of like taps her fingers across her wrist.
Well, I hope not. I mean, if I'm drinking something, I hope it's not poison. I'm gonna look down at Pip, and I'm gonna say, like, not really accusingly, just kind of curiously, you wouldn't poison me, would you?
What kind of potions are there? Do you have more than just hell?
I have a few for sale if you have money. Kind of like
I
looks
have
around.
money.
Do you have money?
I have money.
Can I do a perception check on this lady?
A perception or insight? What are you trying to see?
I want to know if she sells poisons. Because she keeps doing like
To it, make
No,
an
she's
insight
like-
check.
an
I would
insight
like
check.
to.
Okay.
I would like to make an insight check on her general intelligence and like perception, like how well she perceives like what's going on around her and such.
I'm not.
22.
I'm not quite understanding what you're asking for.
Like, if I were to steal something, would she notice?
It's not
Oh
really.
my God.
That's not really something
Oh
you
my
can
God.
insight.
Huh?
That's not really something you can insight. She's paying attention to you. That's what you get.
No, I think you can kind of insight, like, that's why I asked, like, oh, her perception of the world around her and stuff like that.
You can certainly try.
Okay. God damn it. Okay. Can I see anything else with my good insight roll? Because I rolled really well.
No.
God damn it.
Alma, on your roll, she seems fidgety, but you can't tell if it's because she's super uncomfortable about randomly getting asked for poison as soon as you walk in the door, or if there's something else. It's a mixture of emotion.
Okay.
Do I notice the fidgetiness?
Yes, it's not very subtle.
Hey, you okay?
I am great. So potions.
You seem a little uncomfortable. Do you need to go to the bathroom? We can wait.
You know what? A breather sounds great. I don't have a back room.
Oh.
Ow.
Bathroom?
Well,
Where do you pee?
Back. You know what? Never mind. What's your budget like? And she's gonna look over
A
at Pip.
lot.
How much is a lot to you, little one?
He
How
tries to
much-
process
wait,
that
before-
question. What is a lot to him? And he can't really understand. He's just like,
What you have is like a little to you. I mean, that's probably pocket change for everybody, right? It's what you have. It's not like you went and found it.
She's asking
Well-
how much gold you have. Like
How
How much
much-
gold I have?
How
think
much
so.
is the health potion before you answer
I have
that?
a little.
Okay. Alma's in the back just sighing because nothing she says seems to register with you two.
This is about the time with the back and forth that the rest of the group would show up to Derora's because that's where you're all going.
Okay, can I please just... Can I buy that health potion then? Can I just have it? Can I buy it?
It's 250 gold.
Oh my god.
Ow!
Hmm.
And, add a character question. Is it just like a regular, like, healing potion?
Yes, it's just a regular healing potion.
Do you have any ember leaves by any chance?
Yes, actually I do. I had some in
How much?
3 days ago.
How much for those?
11 gold.
11. Hey, now I've gotten ember leaves before, and I know that that's not the going price for those.
Are you sure?
I'm
I also
pretty
do have to
sure.
get them imported overseas.
Oh, imported overseas? Where do you get them from? If you don't mind me asking.
The only place you can get them, in Pyrian, in the Ember Grove.
Okay. Is there by any chance any sort of tasks or anything that you need done?
I'm always in the market for more materials. These health potions are very hard to make. It's a very specific flower that grows in the desert towards the south.
Okay. Can you give me a description? And I'm gonna pull out like a little, like, do I have a notebook? Do I have any paper or notebook or a notebook? DM, is it okay to say that I have a notebook, like a blank writing notebook?
You can have like a journal. It's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out a journal that's very clearly been like drawn all over with like stupid drawings, like some like badly drawn things and like some kind of crude things, and I'm gonna like just have my pen poised, ready for her description of the flower.
Okay. And it's at this point the door opens.
Hello, Dorora. And I like do a flourish and like whisk the two of my party members inside.
You see an absolute sigh of relief over her face. Oh, Valeska. Normal. How are you?
I'm gonna.
What did I tell you? If we are meant to find them, we will find them on our way. See, regular, there
You
they
are.
are.
Very good. I'm afraid you might take my job one day.
I would never do
Yeah, I see the three of you enter. I'm like, oh, the people who we left. Huh, should have told them. Yeah, I'm not saying this out loud. There's just like sort of that expression on my face.
Oh,
It seems that we have found each other.
Yes, that is very interesting.
Yes, an act of fate.
oh, I don't know that I believe in all that fate stuff. Anyways, you said that the flower, you would be able to compensate for retrieving it. About how much would you like give me if I did that?
For the flowers, I think the going rate is about 125 each.
125 silver?
Gold.
Oh,
Very rare.
very rare. Okay. And can you tell me what they look like?
And she describes it to you. It's it's fairly simple, but it grows in the sand specifically. It's probably about half as tall as like a corn stalk. And the flower itself, the actual part that the florist needs or the alchemist needs, is the petals. It's a blue stem, and it grows. The flower itself isn't very sophisticated. Like the petals themselves are yellow, and then it just kind of folds in on itself. It looks similar to like a tulip or a rose, but it's on a very large stem. It grows typically by itself, and it has... Pollination isn't really common in the desert, so it doesn't spread very well. So that is where the rarity comes from. But it's...
Okay. And what did you say that this flower was called again?
Dreamleaf.
Dreamleaf. Okay.
Ragavir, do you have what we came here for?
Of course. And Ragavir's gonna pull out the key from his pocket and hold it out. Excuse us, but
Yes?
with Valeska, and we found this key, and we were hoping that someone versed in the arcane might be able to help us.
Ah, you wish to know what
Identify
it
it.
does? Do you know it's magical?
It is. It has transmutation magic that triggers whenever someone other than me tries to hold it.
Ah, a curse. Crafty.
Yay.
Reason
He just kind of
she said
sets it.
cursed.
He just like sets it on the counter in front of her, just like backs away from the counter.
Asha looks at Valeska as she says that.
Valeska dear, you know my going rates. If you would like, you can pay up front.
Okay, well, DM, what are her going rates?
It's 2 gold to cast it.
Okay. For identify?
Yep.
Derora, would I be able to lower your rate if I let you know that we already have some information about this item?
Literally,
If
told her all the information we have.
Oh yes, that is what I was trying to do.
I just pull 2 gold out of my pouch and just set it next to the coin.
You should never go for the first price they give you. That is, I thought I taught you better than that. Anyway.
her hand, like hungry hippo, just kind of like snaps over the coins. That is very correct.
There you go.
I will be right back. And she goes to pick up the key and doesn't move. I will be right here.
Oh my god.
And she grabs her pearl and starts doing her thing. What are the rest of you
Melissa's
doing?
kind of like crossing her arms, just like shaking her head.
Pip's trying to look if she has any other potions besides health potions.
Okay, so there's a glass case on the counter she's sitting at. You do see a variety of things in there. There's a couple of things like fine jewelry, some things like embedded with garnets or amethysts and things of that nature. You're not quite sure what they do, but they have price tags on them, and it's a little bit out of your pocket range.
Is there anything like kind of nifty, like any like kind of cool like enchanted items or something that would be within my price range?
For the majority of you, probably not. But in the glass case, you do see the bits of jewelry. There is a line of potions. You do see where the health potion is. There's also 4 other potions. One with a green liquid, one with a clear liquid, one that looks like potpourri, and then another one that kind of looks like... Ragavir, it kind of hurts your soul a little bit looking at it. It looks like a bunch of animal bits.
Oh. Is it possible if I could try to identify any of these potions besides the health one?
You can make an Arcana check, but it's gonna be a pretty high DC. You're
They're not
You're not.
labeled, they're just out.
The potions aren't labeled; they're just priced.
Oh.
Oh.
Actually, nothing in the case is labeled; it's just priced. There are a couple other things lining the shelves. Out of 12, no, you wouldn't know. There are... You can tell she doesn't really deal with weaponry. Like, there's no, like, magic weapons or anything of that nature. There are a couple scroll cases. There is also what looks to be almost like a tapestry that kind of lines the wall. It's got imagery of a griffin fighting a dragon. There is a cloak, as well as 3 other cut gems that are in the shape of a spade. One is light blue, one is red, and one is yellow. I'm not quite sure what they do, but that is what you see in the room at the moment.
What's the price label on the cloak?
The cloak is... I believe that's uncommon, so it's gonna be 150 gold, roughly.
Okay, Pip wants to buy that.
Damn.
He
you're a
points at it.
baller.
He says, I want that!
Just a
I
minute,
want it.
dear. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Okay.
She
He
doesn't think
sadly
you have
sits
money
there and
at
he
all.
waits.
It's very
Aw.
clear she doesn't think you have money.
I'm gonna like wait for them to like finish casting before like talking to her further about anything else. But she is gonna like kind of wander around the store and like look at all the interesting things, and I like if nothing is in her price range, then she's probably not gonna buy anything because she probably can't steal from her.
Okay. What's your price range again? I don't remember the gold I gave you.
Let me see.
Most of the stuff in here is over 100.
Damn.
I
The
think
only
that,
thing
that is
the only thing's lower is one of the potion. The one with the animal bits in it is 6 gold.
okay.
It's like really good juice.
Potion of yucky.
Well,
Juice.
a gold is a lot.
Yeah.
But okay, I gotcha.
Velasca kind of like sidles up to Strix and is like, so, I know what we came here for, but why are you here?
Well, we were called to this city by fate, by visions, by dreams.
I was thinking
We-
more the shop.
Oh, well, the others seemed interested in procuring magical items, and this seemed like the shop to go to after we asked around. It seemed that coming here was a good idea, though, as we all met up eventually.
Yes, you would have led us on quite a wild goose chase had we not been. Seems
Yes, I
intertwined.
I had intended to inform you of our departure, but it seemed that the others were already out the door before I could do anything.
Don't worry, Valeska. If we become separated again, we surely will be rejoined at the right moment.
I nod.
I did not mean to sound like I was interrogating you. I just wanted to know if there is anything you are looking for. I may be able to help you if you're looking in town.
Interrogating. Well, I'm not looking for anything in particular. Not here, at least. I would like to find a place where we could perhaps procure information about our going on.
Goals seem to align. She kind of like sated with that.
You can see her kind of finishing up her spell.
Would you happen to know? Oh, sorry.
Dragon Boy. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Dragon Boy's fine.
Raggebeer.
Dragon Boy? So, apart from what you already know, with the curse and the weight and all of that, you pretty much got it on the nose. As long as the correct person is holding it, it'll cancel out, no triggers. There is one more bit of the enchantment. Excuse me. It seems to have some sort of purification to it. Perhaps whatever door that it is, or chest, or whatever have you, it might insert into, might also be cursed, and this key will end it.
See. Do you know of any sort of divination magic that might help us find what this key unlocks?
Nothing feasible within my realm of expertise. I can do some of the arcane, but I don't... The things you're asking for are very hard to do.
I understand. I had to ask though. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
So can I buy that?
She goes to push the key over the counter and it doesn't move. You can have that back.
I take the key back.
Yes, the cloak. You are taking an interest in it, little one?
Yeah, do you know what it does?
I do.
Can you tell me?
It makes you a little bit harder to see.
I want it.
It's 150 gold.
He stares for a moment, processing this, and then he does, like, dig in his pockets. And you hear, like, the sounds of jingling, and it's a lot of jingling. Pocket, now that you're able to look at it better, it is a bit weighed down. But he does pull out a handful of gold, and then he starts counting it on the counter.
1,
And then he just keeps pulling out handfuls and
three.
handfuls.
Oh my god. No.
4,
We're not doing that joke.
5.
But eventually, as he does pull out more handfuls, since he has these tiny hands, he does give you 150 gold.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh my. It's all yours. Thank you, little one.
Yay!
Yeah, my eyebrow is just worked. I
my
was
God.
not expecting that.
Well, and she, Valeska says quietly, well, I perhaps, maybe saved a lot of money on food eating the sand out in the desert.
I suppose so.
You sure bet I have. I love sand.
It's at this point, Ragavir.
I really don't think that you can eat sand.
Getting to there. It's at this point, Ragavir, you're like, maybe he can. He seems to be very straightforward with that.
He puts on the new cloak and he starts, like, twirling in it.
Okay.
Do I look good?
It's a little long for you, but it works.
Makes me look cooler, because it's longer.
Looks so cool. Wish I had one of those.
You look like a goblin in a cloak.
That's Sir Kira!
Yes.
He's vibing. No, he's pretty happy.
And I'm gonna go back and, like, back to talking to her about the Ember Leaf, and I'm gonna say, are you sure there isn't any other price I could talk you down from? Like, maybe as, like, some sort of advance payment for bringing you flowers?
I don't think I'm comfortable paying you to do a job I don't know you can do. If that makes sense.
Can I help you barter?
And I'm gonna look like Cora's gonna look just absolutely crestfallen. and she's gonna say, I really need this ember leaf. And she's gonna like look really fucking sad and just give like the biggest like watery-eyed puppy eyes
Make a
How much
persuasion
is
check.
it again?
to the shopkeeper.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Give me a second.
Can she do it with advantage if she's? Oh well, never mind.
That's an 18.
$10 gold, 5 silver. And she kind of like looks away and doesn't keep eye contact.
Oh. Well, never mind then, I guess.
No,
Thank
wait,
you,
I'll
though.
buy it. I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
Oh, Oh, really? You would do that for me?
Nah, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, for yourself?
No, for you.
Oh my gosh. You're so nice. I knew I had a good feeling about you.
Yeah. And then he places 10 gold and 5 silver on the table.
Okay.
Gonna
you can
give
mark it out of
I'm
your
gonna give
inventory.
Pip a big hug and like
Yeah.
lift him up and like swing him around in a big hug.
He starts screeing, but it seems like a happy screeing, I guess. On, I'm pulling out my calculator. Spent 150 plus 10. How much is 1 gold and silver?
10. It's 10 to 1.
10.
10 to 1?
So 10 silver is 1 gold. Cora, she hands you this little glass capsule with a folded leaf in the middle, and you can see it's just perpetually ablaze. Like the leaf itself is beautiful, but it just looks like it's permanently on fire, like the like charcoal in a pit fire.
Okay. Question to the DM.
Ah.
My character would know this. I do not. Are ember leaves consumable?
You can
No, I
eat
mean
them?
like, are they consumed upon use? Not can I eat it?
That would depend on the spell. If it doesn't say it
For the
consumes
spell,
it, then it doesn't.
Okay. For the spell I'm thinking of, just to double check. It doesn't
I don't
consume
believe
it,
it.
right?
I don't believe it consumes it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just make a like really happy loud noise of glee and be like, ah yes, finally.
Yeah,
And then
I
kiss the
just
vial.
Yeah, I just like stand behind you, like uncomfortably close, just like peering over your shoulder. What do you require these ember leaves for?
Show you later. Don't worry about it. It's easier to show you than it is to tell you.
I just give you a confused look. But surely you're capable of putting it into words.
Well, you know, it's not very nice to go prying into other people's business. Do you want me to ask a ton of questions about you?
I see that I've struck a nerve. My apologies. And I guess I awkwardly wander off.
Asha like looks at her, like the one eye that's showing like kind of widens. She's just quietly watching.
To be clear, I didn't like say that like super irritatingly, more like kind of matter of fact. I'm sorry I didn't convey like the tone very well. I'm still getting used to the character.
You're good.
Okay.
Fine.
Pip, may I ask what it is you do for a living? I may be looking at the career change.
What do I do for a living?
Yes.
So far, I've just been in sand.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Like you dig in the sand, you find this gold you come across, you maybe people lose it, you find it.
No,
You hmm.
Where did you get all of that?
I don't know. I just have it.
Do
Mm,
you have actually? Do you have anything that is white and shiny and round?
No. Besides the silver I just got.
Oh no no, it was worth an ask though.
What?
Are you perhaps looking to procure one, Valeska?
Velasca whips her head over. I I am in the market for a pearl. Yes,
Oh, you don't wish to buy my services anymore?
I could be using the pearl for other things.
Ah. I don't believe you. But if you do need one,
well,
I do have one to sell.
Dorora, when we're out in another city or town, we cannot use your services, you understand?
Oh, but I feel like you miss me enough to come back and visit me, Asha.
Well, of course, we will always come back and visit you. And when we are in town, we will use your services.
20 gold.
Aurora. Oh, 20 gold.
20 gold.
Asha, how much do you have?
She like whispers in a language you guys don't understand, and she tells her she has 8 gold.
I have 16. Plus the 98 silver that we made today.
Well, then, I guess we have 20 gold.
Okay. How much are you willing to put forward?
Well, how much do you need?
4. My
And
pockets will be a little bit light, but I do not care.
She hands over 5 gold.
Asha, she like ruffles your hair, and she turns to her. Is that your final offer? I can't squeeze you down anymore. She kind of wiggles her eyebrows at her.
Oh, you haggle again. 25 gold.
Fuck. I was just a joke.
Yes, I know. Hand it over.
Well, now I don't have 20. I put 20 gold on the counter.
She gives you the pearl.
Okay. I'll take that away from my inventory.
Pretty.
And add a pearl. Thank you very much.
You're so
Is
very
there
welcome.
anything else that we needed to be doing here? My pockets are a little bit light, but I am not going to stop anyone else from shopping if you would like to.
And it seems when we were coming in, you were talking about needing some flowers, is that right?
Yeah, yes, Asha. Dreamleaf, it grows in the south. It's very rare. I wouldn't waste your time on it.
Well, if we come across it on our travels, we will surely save it for you, Dorora.
That would be lovely.
Do you happen to know of any other, like, people in the city, any other maybe peers that you know who are looking for some labor? Like, any way that we could, like, find a job or something?
There's always the reliquary. They are just outside the city.
The what now?
The mercenary group. They recently got approved to have a how do you call it? A hall outside the city.
Okay, and what was the name again?
The reliquary.
Okay.
They have
Alright.
plenty of missions, calls to action. There's a calling board. Many things get posted. Lost and found, go kill things, the usual.
Oh, okay. I gotcha, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Do you think we should go do that? Maybe we're all pretty light in pocket, right?
Well, little one, I don't think you're very light at all.
I don't know, Pip. Are we very light in pocket? And she like
I'm-
leans down, kind of like teasing a little bit, like friendly teasing.
Yes, I'm pretty light in my pocket now.
I'm looking at Pip's pockets. Are they still weighed down?
They're fucking full.
I'm like, something about this is not adding up. But yeah, I just like turn to the others and like looking at them like, I don't think this goblin knows what he's talking about. Just shaking my head.
So we could get closer if we do missions and stuff together, right? I barely know you, but I already feel like I would hug you.
Okay.
You already hugged me.
I know! It was
It wa-
great.
Yeah, it was great.
Seemed like that sentence was going to take a different direction for a second, but before we leave to do our mission, I turned to Derora. You seem like the knowledgeable type. Would you happen to know of anywhere where we could possibly obtain more information about this curse or key?
About the key specifically. No, I've never seen it before in my life, or any depiction of it really. If you're looking for just knowledge, you might have to ask the prince directly. He's the only one who really keeps a library around here. Maybe some of the nobles, but they're not nice.
Okay, so I shall find this prince and ask him about his library.
Good luck.
Yes, I say this not understanding what this actually entails.
Lovely.
Are y'all ready to go then?
I
Y'all,
am-
oh,
And-
it slipped out.
I have no further business here.
I'm ready to leave.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm ready to go, go, go!
and I'm gonna start walking quickly out the door and probably walking the wrong direction, but I'm walking towards where I think the mercenary people are.
Okay, hold on. Real quick, my mic has been acting up.
Oh.
I did have a question for Dorora. I'm looking to purchase an herbalist kit, basic herbalist kit. I seem to have lost mine on the road. Is that something you would sell, or could you point me in the direction of someone who could sell me one?
I don't have a spare. However, if you just ignore my accent as it changes every 3 seconds, because I have to listen to fucking Courtney talk.
Sorry. DM Bane. I do that to every DM I play with.
If you go speak to Zena, she would have one. You can find her in the Vienna district.
Thank
which
you
is
very
in
much.
the very south of the city. You could also find one from the merchants, but Zena a bit more home-crafted. Probably more your taste.
Understood. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Should give you like rough directions. You'd be able to find it pretty easily.
Yeah.
The Vienna district
Okay.
is the peasant district, so finding people who sell stuff's pretty easy.
Good salt of the earth folk.
Yep. Given that it's almost 2 in the morning and we're gonna be heading in that direction, I am actually going to call session here, since we're at a pretty decent stopping point.
Sounds good.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun though.
Oh, such a fun time.
Yeah.
That's so
Yep.
good.
I'm really excited for more. They all got this dumb chaotic energy and I love it.
I have chaotic energy a little bit. Not a
definitely
lot.
chaotic. You threw down 20 gold on a gambling table.
Chaotic.
I just don't understand things, and that is fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's very valid. Neither does Pip.